Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. A double-decker bus stranded in the sands of an alien planet, and the storm is approaching. Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, the only Doctor Who podcast in the world. My name is Nathan. As always, I'm joined by my companion as we go on this adventure through time and space to rewatch all of Doctor Who. Well, some of it anyway. His name is Lawrence Thomas High C. Good evening to you, you cunt.
Okay, that was so elegant until the last bit. Good evening, sir, and good evening to you, loyal listeners. How is everyone doing today?
It's probably not the evening. Stop asking them questions they can't answer.
No,
this is not how
numbers.
Podcasts work, okay?
You're just
It's
scared
not
of
a
what
call
they'll
and
say.
response sort of thing. They're not here. It's just us.
Well, then I feel very alone and very afraid. We were making silly faces at each other in the intro.
I know, and I was laughing. And it probably showed up as well. So stop doing that.
We were going, after Nathan's inquisitive intro.
Stop revealing these peeks behind the curtain. I don't like it.
They love it, though. They love it.
Oh, I just got an email. Oh, it's for the podcast.
Someone's got it just in the nick of time.
Just in time.
Bloody hell.
Last second. Anyway, you got probably about an hour and a half till we get there. But
Yeah, but you're not checking them. Oh, yeah. Have you collated them into note form, or are you raw
No,
dogging
I'm
the
just
this week?
No, I just read them off the Gmail.
Oh, so those notes didn't last long.
No, my notes are very thorough. I spent an hour and a half doing my notes.
What, after the episode? You were like,
Yes.
My God.
I watched the episode. I then watched Doctor Who Confidential. I leave it a day. I then watch the episode again and collate my notes, Lawrence.
This won't go on. You won't keep this up.
I will. I'm determined. Anyway, today, Lawrence, we're talking about Series 4, Episode 15. What? This is new. The Planet of the Dead, written by Russell T. Davies and the cunt. Directed by James Strong.
Oh, is it that guy?
Yeah, it's that guy. But
oh, fuck. Okay.
we don't. I feel like it's mostly written by Russell, though. Because he was not featured or mentioned in Doctor Who Confidential at all. So I feel like maybe the cunt wrote the outline or something, and then Russell's like, "Well, I'll do the rest."
Oh, yeah, they have to toss him a bone credit.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. That's just me justifying why I kind of like this episode. But
oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, is that where you're at with it? Are you revealing your hand?
Lawrence, shut up. Okay.
Okay.
Shut up.
Okay, sorry, Nathan.
Shut up now.
I gotta say, before we go into the episode, I listened back to the Next Doctor. I don't often listen back to our episodes, especially now that they're like 2.5 hours long a piece.
Yeah, they're pretty long. How do you think I feel having to edit the cunts, mate?
Yeah, I'll be honest, it's not... sometimes I feel like we chat and then we have to re-listen to the same conversations. And sometimes I feel like I've spent an afternoon with you and I haven't spoken to you all day.
Well, it should be nice.
It is nice. I'm not saying it's not nice. Well, it's not nice when we scream at each other. And that's my experience of our...
We never scream.
Oh, yeah, we famously get on about everything in these podcasts.
We do. Anyway, what was your point?
I wanted to congratulate you on your bravery for boldly keeping in your stomach gurgles last week.
I thought it was funny.
It was funny.
Yeah. I wasn't sure when it happened, but then when I listened back to it, I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. I'll leave it in.
What I liked is that it became part of the episode after. It happened once and you were like, that was crazy. And we acknowledged it. And then as the episode went on, you started reading something, your stomach went, and then you just restarted. You went into podcast mode of like, I'll give you a clean take.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to say that I was very impressed, and yeah, everyone should endeavour to be as bold and brave as Nathan.
Well, if only that were possible. Yes. Anyway, Doctor Who, the Planet of the Dead. It's here, an Easter special, as it were, an Easter, and by that there's an Easter egg at one point, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's nothing. What do you do for an Easter special?
Yeah,
Unless it's religious, yeah.
It's nothing, yeah, but like, whatever. There's an Easter egg.
The Doctor lands the TARDIS in that rock that Jesus is trying to move or something. He lands it next to the cave.
I don't think you know the story of the Bible.
That's not. I know the Easter story. He rose again.
You don't know any stories. Lawrence, did you notice anything different about this episode of Doctor Who?
Like format wise, how do you mean in what respect?
In general,
okay,
did anything stand out to you that was different?
Well, it was obviously overwhelmingly Easter themed. I did pick up on that.
Nothing else.
Daniel Kaluuya.
No. More technical. I'm talking.
An hour long.
No.
I don't know. You've given me nothing to go off.
I'm just seeing if you noticed anything.
No, Nathan, is that what you wanted to hear? Okay. I didn't notice something.
Well, Lawrence, let me inform you. Let me get you up to date here, since you haven't done your research clearly.
I've been little boy for not knowing the answer to a very vague question.
Lawrence, we've been doing this podcast for about a year now, a little over a year, which means we've been rewatching Doctor Who for a year, a rate of once a week. And it's looked like shit. It has looked awful.
Oh, okay.
And continuously like shit for a whole year, Lawrence.
Yeah.
But that changes. And that changed with this episode, because this is the first episode of Doctor Who that was broadcast in HD. We are out of the era of Doctor Who looking like shit. And I tell you what, it looks good. It does look noticeably better. You clearly didn't notice, though.
I mean, obviously I didn't, but like, I'm thinking back to it, and I'm like, there are some crispiness to it. So
there's
everything
a lot more. You'll notice there's a lot more up close facial shots on this, because they can do that now.
Oh,
the whole title sequence was redone. The whole title sequence was redone in high quality visuals and stuff, so it looks so much crisper and cleaner and everything.
I feel like a terrible fan. I did not.
I feel like you are. I feel like you should have paid attention.
I didn't notice this at all.
It genuinely looks so much better, and even Doctor Who Confidential as well. It's also had a makeover and looks great as well. But yeah,
well, I apologize
HD.
for not noticing.
We're in the HD era of Doctor Who.
So everything up until this point was in 480p.
Yes.
Oh God. Okay. I feel like now I'm going to get a few episodes into HD, and I feel like going back to those episodes, I'd notice it more. But like,
I mean, I noticed it. It looked terrible.
Yeah, but shit like this really aggravates you. It gets under your skin, doesn't it? This like if you're watching a YouTube video, do you go straight to the settings?
No, if it's not on, well, I can tell straight away. Thankfully, my YouTube knows to play it on the highest quality. But if for whatever reason it's not, I can straight away tell, and I'm like, no, what are you doing?
I think maybe I'm used to watching things on a much smaller monitor for work, so maybe I notice it less.
But surely you watch Doctor Who on your TV, don't you?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. I watch it on the View Source monitor for Premiere Pro.
No, but surely you must notice that, visually speaking, because there's quite a difference between last week and this week.
I didn't pick up on it, but if I were to watch it again, I would probably see it now.
Now that
I've been made aware.
I'm very disappointed in you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start like this, all right?
Well,
look, it made you happy and you noticed it. And you've won. You've won the point. I didn't notice it and you did.
I didn't want to win the point. I wanted to discuss the point.
You wanted to share in the glory of the point.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nathan.
No, it's fine.
So you love this. This is your favourite episode of Doctor Who, you said.
Okay, well, no. That was never said at any point.
Yeah.
Okay? That was never said. I quite enjoy it for the most part. I think it's a good bit of fun. It's nothing too serious. It's a good bit of campy sci-fi. We get away from... It's not just an episode of Doctor Who filmed in the streets of Cardiff. So that's good. It's filmed in Dubai.
Yeah.
Actually. In a desert. So
were they on location in a real desert?
Yes, they were, Lawrence. I have plenty of notes about it because I did my homework.
Okay, stop saying this like I didn't. Well, I watched the episode.
Well, okay. You didn't go the extra mile, did you?
No, it's true.
Yes. So there we go.
I think this episode is the definition of fine. Like, no, don't boo me. Fuck.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't know. There's just
after last week.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? I was really hoping to come into this because I remember kind of not liking this because, like I say, I just don't have a strong opinion on it. Like, it's absolutely fine. But that's all it is. I don't think it surpasses it, but it's not like offensively bad. Like, it's not even absurd like last week was. Like, I don't know.
Did you have fun?
I had fun, but like it's weak, right? Because there's like the villain.
It's not.
The villain. Okay, sorry. No, but like the villain isn't that interesting. It's like there's a companion character that, whilst I do like her, she is somewhat undercooked as a character, I think. And like that's part and parcel with her just being there for 1 week. Like, and I get that, but I don't know. It is fine. It's just fine to me.
All right. Well, we'll get into it. I guess we'll get into why you hate this episode. But
okay. There are some moments of it that shine, I will say, but we'll get to them a bit later on.
Okay. Does the fact that we are once again back at the Cardiff Museum, does that shine for you? And a location we will frequent quite often in the episodes to come. I mean, Series 5, I can think of at least 2 different episodes off the top of my head.
Oh, God.
Where we visit, 2 separate episodes where we visit the Cardiff Museum.
So I was reminded of the Lazarus Experiment episode.
Yes.
Immediately, I remembered you said you were the first person to tell me this is going to come up a bit. So the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
that was that episode, I can't remember, but
it's the one where Tish hosts a party, and
maybe I can't remember.
Yeah,
but it's
Mark Ash becomes a scorpion or something. Yeah, no, I mean it's a nice location, but it's not very transformable, is it?
I think it works it's a museum that they're using as a museum.
You can't really go wrong with it.
Exactly. It works, all right? Anyway, get comfortable with that. It's a good space to use for filming, so I can see why they use it. What I don't understand is, what is this high-tech security system we have? What is this laser gate that's like guarded by 4 guards who don't even look at it? And then...
Yeah, they all face the other way.
How is this better than a safe? Like... It's how? Like, just put it in a cupboard, mate.
I didn't understand the vibe of them because, to be fair, like they're soldiers, right? Like, quote unquote, like they're
security guards.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. This is the confusing part of it because they are just security guards, but they march in formation and they're like, "In the center, lads!" And it's all military based.
It is, yeah.
But they're all dressed like Ben Stiller in Night at the Museum.
Yeah. They are security guards, but for some reason they're armed to the teeth, and very military.
Yeah, no, the high tech of it always a bit fucking absurd. Like, also, it's not like a consistent laser. Like, it's just that if you were just like you could crouch under it. If no one was there, you could just crouch over it, under it, or jump over it. Like, do you know what I mean?
No,
it's not like a door. It's not like a.
Oh, I see.
It's not encased.
Yeah.
It's literally just a perimeter, and they've.
This is what I'm saying. Like, how is this better than a safe?
Yeah, it's not.
Exactly. Just put the fucking cup in a safe.
Fucking is it Christina? Chris. Yeah. She.
Are you having a stroke?
No.
You look like you're having a stroke and a panic attack.
I'm not having a stroke. I was just confused on the name, and I didn't want to get it wrong. But then I didn't want to ask you because then you'd call me out for not watching the episode.
You haven't even watched the episode.
Oh, fuck. There he did it. Yeah, no, you can't flirt with a safe. So she needed to have a little bit of a back and forth. A little.
Did she flirt with a laser grid?
No, but she, like, there was replacing it with the cat thing and then the guards noticing it. Like,
is that flirting?
No, it's not. But it's like, it's a playful idea, isn't it? It's like you need to have a little bit of silliness.
Then why choose the word flirting to describe it?
You're being pedantic.
No, I don't get what you mean.
I'm saying she has a playful personality, and you can't really... It's just, if we encountered a safe, it'd just be boring, because it'd just be her opening a safe.
I think, and I'll go into this more throughout the episode, but I think she's a bit of a fucking idiot, to be honest.
Okay.
But I'm not going to explain that now, but I'll go into that later on in the episode. And that's not a hint to any later segments or anything. That's just like it will come up as we go through this.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love Mission Impossible.
Yeah. It is a little bit like that weird kind of abseil, and I feel like they have a perimeter set around this thing, but an alarm doesn't go off when the roof is breached.
Yeah, she somehow just like sawed open the roof of this. I mean, she's a cat burglar. Maybe she's got like a laser cutting thing or whatever. I can buy that. All right, that's fine. She's got a bag with a shovel in it. I can buy that she's got a high-tech laser cutting thing or whatever.
She's got a high-tech laser thing and then a shovel.
And a shovel. That makes perfect sense to me, all right?
Yeah, okay.
What I can't buy and cannot understand, and this kind of goes into why I think she's a fucking idiot. What I can't buy and cannot understand is the fact that she escaped. She escaped through the building and was on the roof.
Yeah.
On the outside of the building. Okay?
Yeah.
And then we see her running through the museum, and then she takes her fucking mask off before she's even outside of the fucking building. And I'm like, you're a professional cat burglar.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Look, I can hand wave some stuff because she does it for the thrill, as we find out. Right.
I know, but she
doesn't want to get arrested
clearly,
for the thrill.
We see that she's very clearly on the run, and she does not want to be arrested.
So I know, there's a few things about everything in that doesn't really kind of line up. She does the Indiana Jones Raiders like counterweight switch out thing.
Yes.
And there's like a full second where there's just no weight on that thing, and it's not
Maybe
a problem.
Maybe it's timed.
I mean, maybe, yeah. But I mean, oh, well, she's probably done her research. All right, I'll forgive her for that. But the mask thing is absurd, and it's just like, she's dressed in full black thief leathers.
Yeah.
And then she like just runs outside, and like, maybe the police are just stupid because they spend a full like 30 seconds like, who could it be? And they just bum rush some guy.
Well, I think it was like her boyfriend, wasn't it, or something?
Oh, she does say sorry to him or something, doesn't she?
Yeah, like her getaway driver or something.
Oh, so she cut bait and ran.
Yeah. I think she was with him, but then
I
she
see.
was like, she changed up tactics.
I love that the getaway driver sat there. He's very loyal. He just sat there whilst all of the police sirens come roaring down, and he's like, she'll be out in a sec, I reckon.
Yeah, it's a bit much. But anyway, she gets on a bus. She uses some diamond earrings in lieu of an Oyster card payment. TFL on getting their £1.50. So
this bothered me. Have you ever had an Oyster card?
I've had several thousand.
I didn't know if they were still in place when we were at uni. I couldn't remember.
They were, yeah.
Okay.
Contactless was just starting to come in when we went to uni.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Because here's the thing, right? Like, if you had an Oyster card, you could put your money on an Oyster card and then you could touch it on, and it was like the first instance of like, like a school lunches, you put money on your lunch card or something.
Yeah.
And then
or
off you
fingerprint.
go. Yeah. But like the thing that gets me is that she's like, I don't have an Oyster card. Here's a diamond. I'm like,
yeah.
Or just the fare. You can still just pay the fare with cash.
I don't think she has any cash on her.
What? She's got a shovel, but she hasn't got the cash.
You can't pay. Oh, you probably could in 2008 or 2009, but you can't just pay for cash on London buses, though.
No, not anymore. But I remember all the time when I was going to school, I used to forget my Oyster card.
You could, to be fair, in 2009 you could. You absolutely could, but you can't anymore.
I remember because it was the heinous price of £2.40.
Yeah, it's more expensive when you pay in cash than it is with the Oyster. That's how they get you.
Dreadful.
That's how they get you to pay that £5 or whatever it is for the Oyster card.
Lawrence's fucking war on TFL continues, but not today. I don't have it in me to have a row about it.
All right. Well, the doctor, he's dodging TFL fares because he can. The psychic paper apparently works as an Oyster card, I guess.
Yep.
So
yeah. So I guess this is a new use for it.
I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? It's vague enough.
I don't know. It does feel funny to me that like I know the Doctor's there and he's tracking stuff. You know, we'll get to his little device in a minute. But I do find it very funny that he's just left the TARDIS and, like, going to board a few buses. See where that gets me.
He's tracking. He's got his little dish.
I know. But I would have thought he'd be running. Remember in Partners in Crime when he was just sprinting all about the suburbs?
Yeah.
What do you make of his dish, then?
Lawrence, I can't talk about the dish yet. I got more important things to talk about.
Okay.
First of all, are you ready for me to get pedantic about things that don't matter?
Is this London skyline stuff?
Vaguely.
Okay, yeah, I'm strapped in.
Yeah.
Go for it.
The bus. Okay.
Yeah.
No, the bus. It's the number 200 route. Okay.
Oh no.
Very clearly, you can see where I'm going.
Fuck you know.
It very clearly says.
My man's had the timetable up of an evening.
I have. I've looked at the actual route.
Fuck it. All right, go on. Let's get this done.
Okay. So the bus says Victoria. Okay.
Yep.
200 Victoria. Okay. The actual 200 London bus route goes from Lambton Road in Wimbledon to Mitcham, neither of which are anywhere near Victoria or run through it at all.
Yeah.
It's actually not even on, this is on the south bank, Victoria's on the north bank. They also mentioned Brixton several times throughout the episode.
Yeah.
Again, this bus route goes nowhere near Brixton. So
have the numbers been changed throughout the years?
Look,
Are you
that's
looking at
very
2009
possible.
schedule?
To be fair, I am not.
Oh, cracks are showing.
I am looking at the schedule as it stands today. But that's a big change, okay? And I don't think they'd make a change that big. It's more just little changes over time. You know?
Also, like, to be fair, my point is based off the thesis that the TFL would update or modernise in any capacity.
You really hate TFL,
I
man.
fucking hate them. They suck.
TFL are fairly decent, all right?
No.
You have not had to deal with public transport anywhere other than London.
I have.
okay?
I have.
You haven't.
Now I have.
You haven't because your wife drives you around.
No.
And also you can't drive.
Right, but on the rare occasion I have
Yeah,
had to dive into a bus. All right?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Don't act like you're slumming it with the regular people. All
No,
right?
look, I understand London has one of the best, but that is not to say that it is perfect. It is far from perfect.
It's not perfect, but it's not bad.
I hold it to a higher standard.
Coming from a small country town like I did to London when I moved there for university, I was like, this is the best thing ever. This is genuinely incredible. I lived in a town where the buses stopped at 5 p.m.
Nathan, you deserve better, all right?
5 p.m., Lawrence. It was once an hour, and it stopped at 5 p.m.
And was it like £9 as well?
And it was like fucking £5.60 to get into
Jesus.
town. Exactly. Absolute fucking joke.
I didn't live like that. I'm just saying I think that you should expect more. You pay enough. TFL are fucking stingy bastards.
TFL is so cheap. I just said
No.
£5.60 for the fucking bus compared to anywhere in London for £1.50 or whatever it was.
Look, I don't. Maybe maybe the cultural divide of our growing up experiences.
Exactly. You there
letting
growing
me
up
down.
in your fucking castle, fucking with your £150 Sonic lipstick or whatever.
Fuck's sake.
Right? Anyway, happy Easter. We love a chalky egg.
We do. It's a good.
Where
it's a good
you at
chocolate.
with Easter eggs?
I like an Easter egg.
I love an Easter egg. They're dangerous though, because
They are.
because this time of year, man, like Easter eggs are on the shelves, and I'm like, oh, this is dangerous time, mate.
Do you know what? I go for a cream egg more than an Easter egg.
I love a cream egg. I love a cream egg. I always remember being thoroughly disappointed as a kid when because I got the cream egg Easter egg, right? And in the day back then, in like the fucking 90s or whatever, the Easter egg was like. It was wrapped in the same foil as the cream egg was.
Oh, I already know where this is going.
Yeah, exactly. So it just looks like a big cream egg. So I'm like, oh, fucking amazing. Get me a spoon. I'm going to go to town on it.
You know, like that kid in Matilda. I just think your face just coming out of an absolute hole of cream. Like, whoa.
Exactly. Unfortunately, it was not to be though, because it was just a hollow Easter egg, and the absolute disappointment and heartbreak I went through. Just they're like, what do I do now?
You know, there are people out there that, you know, an Easter egg has like the seam around it, like the perimeter. A lot of perimeter talk today. You know how people do? No, with the gate, the little.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, don't give me that look. Fuck you. There are people out there that like break their egg in half by the seams to keep it like organized in the fridge.
Just smash it on your head.
That's what I fucking do. Yeah,
yeah, just fucking headbutt it.
Just absolutely wallop the cunt.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, no. I go for an Easter egg, but it's not. It wouldn't be my chocky of choice.
What would be?
I like a bar. I like a more consistent bar. I like that.
You're a fucking idiot. An egg beats a bar any day. Who's choosing a bar over an egg?
I think you've got a preference because they're seasonal and they feel a bit more exquisite and a bit more
because
special.
They are.
Okay, yeah. Look, I can't. Look. I'll go for a cream egg. That's my vibe.
Cream eggs are seasonal. They're extending that season by a lot. Don't get me wrong, but they are seasonal. They're like, oh, it's a Halloween cream. What is this?
Just be brave. Just go. It's a cream egg.
Just go year round, mate. You can do it. No one's gonna judge you, man.
Why do they do that? Like,
I don't know.
They're just leaving money on the shelf, surely.
Yeah.
That's not the expression. What's the expression? Money on the floor, table.
Money on the. I don't know. I got money on the mind.
Yeah. Straight up grinding.
Anyway, the doctor, he doesn't love a chalky egg because he wants to keep his teeth or whatever.
Yeah. Very within 10.
Yeah.
Just vain till the last.
Yeah.
I got bad news for those teeth, but we're not there yet.
No, we're not.
He gets there the long way round. He does keep those teeth. Eventually.
Spoilers.
Oh, we've spoken about... People
Spoilers.
know Tennant's... Okay, fine.
Spoilers.
Fine.
You idiot.
Can we talk about Ten's device?
His little dish.
Yeah.
I guess so.
You love it when he pulls out a little...
I do. I love it. It's one of my favourite things. It's one of my favourite things when he pulls out a little device, especially if it's like moving or whirring or something. Or he's like doing that thing where he looks at it intently and then he might put it up to his ear or something like that, which doesn't make any sense, but I don't know. I like it. It's good fun.
It is. I think that the actual dish bit that pings off... I think... I didn't get a quick enough glimpse at it, right? But I think it might have been one of K9's ears. You know his little ears that spin around? They go...
No, I don't. I cannot picture K9's ears now.
You're going to have to
He's in that fucking cupboard, isn't he?
he's forever stuck in a cupboard until he's needed.
No, it's not one of those.
Do you not think? I thought it looked like it.
No, it's definitely not one of those.
Well, unfortunately, here's a clip of Russell T Davies telling you that you're wrong. I don't have that.
You don't have that, no.
It doesn't exist. I couldn't have that.
You're wrong.
Right. So yeah, Ten's got a device. It's going ding. He's using it to... What is he tracking? Like,
it's not going ding.
All right, but but he's holding it up, and they do tend to go ding. If it flicks off, what's he scanning?
I don't know. Vague stuff. Wormholes and science stuff and whatever. Don't worry about it.
I feel like, because he seems like he has foreknowledge of this is about to happen.
He doesn't, but he's tracking some kind of energy that'll do a thing or whatever, and then it does a thing. All right.
Yeah.
Why this bus specifically? We don't know, but hey, that's just how it was worked out.
The script said so. Yeah, they needed.
Yeah, that's just how it worked out. I'm more interested to know. All right, is the bus driver aware that he's been chased down by the police? Okay,
I thought about this. Yeah,
because it's not a high-speed pursuit by any means. No one on the bus seems to know what is going on. This bus driver just seems to be doing his usual route. But then the police are like, we're in pursuit. Whiskey 9, Tango, Delta, X-ray. Like, fucking, there's now. But they're going like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Just behind they're not even attempting to like try and pull it over or anything. They're just following it at a leisurely pace, really.
At first, I was thinking maybe like he's in on it with he's got a diamond. Maybe that was like, there was a bit of silent communication there, like, keep it moving. Do you know what I mean? But like,
yeah, but he's just doing the normal drive though.
Yeah, he's not accelerating. He's not stepping
exactly.
On it. I do like that. Like he may not even know it's happening, and they're setting up perimeters with like armed guards and stuff. They're fully pointing their gun at the bus. Like, what are you going to do? Shoot it? Like, it's filled with normal people.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I also think that the Christina's approach to it is very strange. She gets on the bus to be incognito and to obviously use it to get out of there. But she's just holding this ancient chalice just in her hand and staring out the window to the police chief or whatever. Like,
no, she's not.
She absolutely is. She's holding the chalice in her hand. No, it's in her hand.
She's holding the Easter egg, you dickhead.
Was it in gold wrapping?
Yes. You fucking idiot.
Right, you
and
this.
It was also, I think it was 10 who was holding it as well. It wasn't even her.
I'm sure she
why
was
would she
it.
just have that out? Because also 10 makes a point of seeing it later and being like, oh, I remember this at the fucking court of King whatever his name, but I don't remember seeing you there.
All right, fuck, you may be right.
You fucking idiot.
I saw a gold thing. I was like...
I saw gold. It must be the same thing.
Right, well, that's what the police chiefs obviously thought. Either way, she's still staring out the window.
No, the police chief knows her. He's been chasing her for a while.
Yeah, but then look the other way. This is what you were saying about her being an idiot, right? Just turn your head.
Yeah. But then still, she didn't just have the chalice out in her lap, though.
All right, fine. I was wrong about one thing, but my point overall stands.
I don't know if it does, but okay. I don't know if it does. Sorry, that was his little dish. Where are we going here? Michelle Ryan is the companion for this week. She plays Christina. She is most famous. You may know her, Lawrence, from her work on EastEnders, where she played Kat Slater's daughter in a very famous scene where she screams, "You ain't my mother!" And then Kat goes, "Yes, I am." It's very famous.
Sounds very panto.
It's like it. Televisions were stopped. I don't know what that means. Everyone stopped and gasped, Lawrence. It was a very dramatic moment.
The nation were at the edge of their seat.
Exactly. It's one of the big moments that everyone knows, Lawrence.
You know this about me. I've never watched a soap opera.
I know you've never. You have. For someone who has a pop culture podcast, your knowledge of pop culture is surprisingly small. Okay.
I've always seen them as inaccessible. There's a million episodes. They've been going for 50 years. Where do you jump on with that?
Wherever you fucking want, mate.
Yeah, but that to me is is anything happening then? If I could just jump on wherever.
I literally watch EastEnders once a year, and when I'm at my mum's house on Christmas Day. Okay,
yeah,
that's the only time I watch EastEnders, and I have a great time with it every year.
Did Danny Dyer die and then come back the next Christmas so that he could have a year off?
Genuinely have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
Okay, which one is the one where he goes, "I was a total slag"? Which one's that one?
That's EastEnders, and that's Kat Slater, Michelle Ryan's mum.
Yeah, okay, so that's her then.
Yeah. Well, it's her mum. Yeah.
How do people leave the show? Is her daughter just killed?
They quit. What do you mean? How do they? No,
leave?
But they're not held there at ransom.
No, I know, but I feel because it's such a community-heavy show, isn't it? Everyone's related in some way, or they're someone's cousin, or fucking someone's mum.
Yeah. There's big families and stuff. Yeah.
So when I presume Michelle Ryan is not on EastEnders still.
No, I don't think she's been on for 20 years or so.
So when she left, do they still to this day? Do they still oh yeah, she's off in Tenerife. She lives there now.
Oh, I don't think they're bringing her up these days, but for the first few months or whatever, you might say, "Oh, I just got a text from fucking whatever her name is or whatever or something."
And then the audience turnover forgot about her and she didn't exist anymore.
Yeah, people can leave. I don't know what your issue is here. People can leave shows.
No, of course they can, but this is one of them long running shows where
or they can also die as well.
Do they ever pull a cameo thing, or Michelle Ryan comes back and she's like, "I'm back"?
Oh, people are coming back all the time, mate. Kat Slater and fucking Alfie, whatever is Alfie Moon, they've come back 20 times, between the pair of them. Mate.
Which one was the one that had some crisps and then got pushed down the stairs?
I can't believe I know exactly who you're talking about. She was in an episode of Doctor Who. The one who had some crisps. What was her name? I think it was Heather. Her name was.
That's it. Yeah,
her name was Heather. Yeah.
Because I remember Phil Mitchell comes in and goes, "What are you doing here, you stupid fat cow?" and proper lays into her for no reason.
Yeah, she comes in. She just walks into the pub and says like, "Has anyone got any crisps?" And he just goes, "What are you doing here, you fat cow?"
And the other one I remember is Phil Mitchell like kicks down the door and then just outright fucking lays bare an 11-year-old. Just clotheslines him clean out.
Was that his son, Ben?
It was a little creep boy.
He's famously been played by like 12 different actors.
I think it was this guy, yeah.
Yeah.
He was proper like, I can't remember what his line was, but he was a proper, he felt like a creep. He felt like they were going to take him down a psychopath route.
There's that iconic line where Ben Mitchell, like, he, like, pushes someone over and then, like, grabs a wrench or something and then, like, you need smacking down.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And it's, like, an 11-year-old boy with glasses.
Yeah, Phil Mitchell was right to clothesline him. Just fucking...
Yeah.
Right, anyway, so Doctor Who...
that's EastEnders talk for this week.
What the fuck? Why do people listen to
wonder
this?
These episodes are like 3 hours long almost.
There came a point, I don't know, I can't pinpoint it exactly, but there came a point...
We haven't even got to the planet yet.
There really became a point where we just stopped going, like we've just lost all sense of trying to condense these at all.
Yeah, we lost that fight a long time ago.
Yeah. This is what you've done to us. Everyone that writes in saying they love long episodes, this is what you've done. You've let the genie out of the bottle now.
No, we don't care. We just go on these tangents and there's no stopping us. So.
Yeah, I'm not even looking at the clock. I'm happy to talk about Ben getting clotheslined.
This is what you wanted, remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, his little dish, whatever, wormhole, we're in Dubai.
We are in Dubai.
Yeah.
There's a lady who we don't know her name yet, but we know that she can hear voices. That's going on.
Yes, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Great, okay.
Well, the episode doesn't really do much about it.
No, it does. I mean, you could argue it does like a very big thing.
Oh, yeah, later on. But, like, I just wanted to bring it up so that when we bring it up later, it's not like, oh, we didn't address that, you know?
Okay. Well, we'll address it throughout the episode. Do you want to know some fun little tidbits about the episode being filmed in Dubai, Lawrence?
I would love nothing more.
It was a fucking nightmare. Right? So they had to ship over the bus to Dubai. They had to put it on a boat and say, take this big double-decker bus to Dubai, please. And they were like, yeah, no worries. They get to Dubai. The bus is broken, Lawrence. The bus was damaged in transit. Oh, right. And they had to then write that into the episode. Fun fact. So the reason why it is a little bit shattered and broken at the top is because that's what happened when they took the bus to Dubai.
Oh, they didn't even... extra fuck it up.
Yeah, no, it was just a normal bus when they shipped it off to Dubai. But, yeah. So
and I like the idea of them unboxing it, and they're like, here it is, exactly how you gave it to us.
To be fair, the damage was a lot worse. Like, they show you it in the confidential episode, and it looks properly fucked. So they did, a good repair job on it to get it back to that state.
That's like best case scenario, though, is it? Like, adds a layer of, like, realism, and they didn't have to pay people to fuck it up. Like
no, but they had to pay people to fix it because it was like unusably fucked up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. You should have seen it. You should have watched Confidential.
More tidbits, please.
Also, the weather was always like not what they wanted it to be. It was regular, like lots of sandstorms and stuff, and they couldn't like film on certain days.
No, in the desert.
In the desert, yeah. Who'd have thought it?
Yeah, someone should have seen this coming.
But then the worst part was, and I didn't even really think of this until like they mentioned it, but they had to constantly brush and comb over the sand between takes because obviously footprints and everything. So
God, yeah.
Yeah, so they'd do a take, you'd have like David and Michelle walking out of the bus and everything like that, and then right, we got it cut. Right, let's reset, and they'd just spend like an hour just like fucking just like brushing all around the bus just to get it back to how it was. And then right, we'll go again. Let's go.
Oh my god, that gave me PTSD to working in a bar, and you famously in a bar when you mop it.
Someone's ordering a Guinness.
No, stop! Don't set me off. Right, but when you mop down a bar, you mop yourself out. Like that's
this is the same thing.
Yeah, it is the same. Do you know what? Fine, you don't get my story.
No, go on. Go on.
But it was... No, this makes me sound ridiculous now. You've put me in a corner because it's not even a story. I was just going to mention it.
There you go. You do that thing where you mop yourself out to the door. Go on.
You mop yourself out to the door, but then like the second that like someone forgot something, their phone is still behind the bar. They step over it, and you're like, for fuck's sake, you have to go back to the beginning and mop everyone out again.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. Anyway,
fuck you.
The woman says they're surrounded by the dead, and then she hears voices. Yeah,
good on her.
Great, cheers, Lawrence.
I thought you were still doing tidbits. I was giving you pause.
No, that was pretty much it.
Okay,
that was pretty much it.
Yeah, that does sound like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like the Dubai set in general, like the desert, there are parts of it that just look CG'd anyway.
Well, there are because
so they were on a desert.
Yeah,
and then they CG'd the rest of the desert.
Well, yeah, because the desert wasn't. There's like cities and stuff and everything. And like,
oh, I see. Okay,
they wanted it to look like a full-on desert that goes on for fucking years and everything.
Well, no, I guess there just wasn't an angle where that was possible.
And like the perfect alien vista with 3 suns. So,
well, yeah, I get that. I'm like, what, Dubai? I didn't know they had this. Maybe that's why everyone goes there. Yeah. I've got a note that just says, and we're going back to Christina being stupid, right?
Okay.
That it says, she says she's ready for every emergency.
Yeah.
Right, at one point, I can't remember what she pulls
She's
out.
got sunglasses.
That's sunglasses. That's right. Yeah. So she pulls out.
The doctor sonics his glasses to turn them into sunglasses.
Tennant's. Oh, hang on. We haven't talked about this, right? Tennant is looking cool, I think.
It's just a regular ugly brown suit.
No, but not the.
Why is he looking cool?
Because he's got his glasses on. He's got his cool boy sunglasses on.
But you see, I don't think he is though, because they're just his regular glasses. But then he sonics them somehow, and now they're sunglasses. But then they're just still in the shape of his regular glasses, so they're just these little square sunglasses, which look stupid. You need like a big round aviator or something.
Yeah, but I feel like that would feel like undoctorish. This feels like nerdy and useless. But I think he's rocking them. I don't think they didn't stand out to me as looking goofy.
No, he looks so stupid, especially in that suit.
Shut up, fuck you. I said the note I had was Christina is ready for every emergency.
Yes.
Except escaping the crime that she planned.
Well, yeah. It's fair.
It just made me laugh because I was like, we've literally just seen how ill prepared you were for this exact scenario.
What do you think of Christina?
I like her, and I think the show, it tries to like tell me that she would be a better companion than I think she'd be. Like, because she is very resourceful.
She's resourceful. She takes charge. She's quick to be like, "Here we are, boys. Let me sort this one out."
See, this is the thing. I feel like she does take charge, but it's very, and this is maybe a part of why I'm not a big fan of the writing. And it's interesting that it is written by someone I didn't know it was written by. It feels some of her speeches
pay
feel
attention.
Yeah, some of some of her speeches feel very condescending. Like,
yeah,
there are part like where she's like, like everyone remember everyone's names. There may be a quiz, and it's like, what are you doing? Stop! You're wasting everyone's time here.
I don't think she's actually going to do a quiz, Lauren.
No, I know she's.
I don't think she's actually going to hand out pieces of paper and be like, "Right, everyone.
No.
Question 1. What's Daniel Kaluuya's name?"
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying she has this smug persona about her that is a part of the character, and I think she's at her best when she is taking charge, but not in those moments. Like when the doctor's just blabbering on and she's like, "Fuck this," and just gets the abseil equipment out and off she goes. Like, those are like her strongest moments. But I feel like the show also keeps going. Like, it keeps making one of them say, "Oh, we make a great team," and it's like, all right, I know, it's fine.
I do think they make a good team. I have kind of mixed feelings about her because, like, I do like her.
Yeah.
I think she's fun, and she probably could have been quite a good companion. I feel like she kind of falls into the category for me that Clara does, and this is a companion to come, this isn't my feelings, but I feel like a lot of people don't like Clara because, like, Clara is naturally very Doctor-like herself, and she's very, like, not just a companion, like, she's quite happy taking charge of the situation and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes people, and I'm not saying everyone does this, but I'm not saying if you don't like her, this is what you're doing, but I feel like sometimes people are like, well, how dare you? You know, like,
don't step on his toes. Kind of
exactly.
thing.
That's the Doctor's job. You know, I feel like some people have a bit of a complex like that sometimes. But I don't know. I kind of like her. I think she's fun. I think she could have been a good companion. She's a bit like, I don't know, the aristocracy. That line, I was like, is that necessary? Like, he just seems like a poor little rich girl, you know, sort of thing. Yeah, but I don't know. She's interesting. I think she's an interesting character, and she could have been a fun companion if the Doctor wasn't depressed. But
yeah, I mean, but at least he's depressed about a different person this time. Like,
it's true.
There's some.
I think there's some Rose depression there still, but
oh yeah, because he saw her again, it all got dragged up for him, didn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, he had even more Rose trauma dumped on him.
Now she's off with my twin.
Exactly. No,
this is so much worse.
Me and the bad bitch I fumbled by not being me. Anyway, the bus driver turns into a skeleton.
He does. He's an idiot and all.
He is an idiot. What was he doing?
Were you fucking walking straight into this?
He even like says to the Doctor, so we can get home through that. And the Doctor goes, no, the bus came through. We can't. And then he goes, well, what are we waiting for? Let's all go. I was like, you fucking idiot. Listen, man.
Yeah, because it's so clearly stated.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a good idea. And also, just like, put yourself in the shoes of this, right? Like, your whole bus has just been transported through fucking space.
Yes.
I'm not, and you felt it on the bus. They were all rolling around, falling
Just
over.
look at the bus.
Yeah.
Look at the damage that the bus took on. A bus which is a lot stronger than you.
And then picture yourself. Like, oh yeah, I can take that.
Yeah.
I do love his attitude of like, it's very, I'll be home in time for tea. Off we go. It's so
I'm
confident.
going home, mate. Yeah. But then he just turns into a skeleton. While the Doctor's licking sand. He loves licking things once again.
I've got this. We get some Tennant licking. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah, it is very good. It doesn't taste good. And I do like Christina. She goes like, well, it's sand. Like, what were you expecting it to taste like?
I mean, he's right. But to be fair, there is dead people in the sand or whatever. So
yeah. Oh, that comes back to another funny. We're not there yet, so I'll hold on to my observation.
So shut the fuck up.
Okay, sorry.
Humans on buses always blaming me. Bit of a fun line.
You're reading my notes. That's my next
I'm reading my notes, Lawrence. These are my notes.
It's almost like we watched the same episode.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know, right, you can cut this if this isn't a hilarious joke, or you can laugh at me, right? But at one point...
All right, okay, first of all, can we stop giving me more work to do in the edit, all right? It's already long enough, okay? Can we just try and get through this?
All right. Well, all right, here's a funny joke. You can either laugh at it or not, and it will stay in the episode so that there's full transparency, right?
Okay,
right.
Great.
If we're talking about humans on buses blaming the Doctor...
Yes.
If midnight is midnight, then this is midday.
It
got a chuckle.
I don't know if it did.
I think it did.
Look, I see what you're going for there.
Yeah, you like it?
I see. No, I see what you're going for. Okay, but execution was off, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't commit to it.
I'll give you a 4 out of 10.
Do you know what? I'm over the moon with that. I was coming in at a 2, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I was being nice.
No, don't say that. Right, let's move on before it goes lower.
Great, okay. What happens next, Lawrence?
Speaking of numbers, Nathan, that was a great little segue there.
Was it? When was it?
Well, you haven't heard it yet. Let me get there. Right.
Okay.
Unit are called in. They declare it because obviously the bus driver just turned into a skeleton.
Yes.
In the middle of the road. So unit are called in. Emergency code 1, which means nothing. Again, we have no.
Yeah, whatever. No idea.
We don't know what that is.
Nope.
And yeah, basically, unit come and set up. I do like that there is there's this funniness of Captain Magumbo walking down, and this guy, this police chief is like, well, hang on, I need that. There's that woman in there that I need, and she's like, clear the area, like get fucked, just out of the way immediately.
Yeah,
I do like that.
Technically, this is a different version of Captain Magumbo, not the same one.
Oh, I suppose it would be.
Yeah, so technically this version would have no idea who Donna or Rose is. So.
But I mean, the Doctor in Unit is legendary anyway. That's a big part of the episode. So they need the bus. So they wrote this into the episode, but they need the bus to get back through the portal because it's like it's the conductor basically. It will stop them all getting vaporized.
Yeah.
But the problem is the bus has a million problems with it.
Well, I mean, it's in a fucking alien planet for one.
That's buried, primo number one problem, yeah.
It's buried in about like fucking 4 feet of sand, so it ain't going anywhere. It's got sand all in the engine. The driver's dead. He just turned himself into a skeleton. So
yeah, but the driver's replaceable. Someone else can drive. That's not a bus problem.
Well, someone does try to drive, and then they fuck it even more, but...
Oh, yeah, they try and, like, turn it on, and then they just run it out of petrol. Why?
Yeah.
That should have been the thing number one. I get you're on an alien planet, but, like, check the petrol immediately.
I mean, but really, what good is it going to do, though? Other than being,
they don't need the petrol at the end, yeah.
But even so, like, we got this much petrol left. Great. What does that do? What does that change? Yeah, fair. Yeah, I guess. But still, I don't know. See,
don't be like, let's rev up a few times, see what that does.
Let me just take this jerry can down the local Esso. All right. I'll just get us a few more gallons, boys. You all stay here. All right.
This is what I'm saying. They can't do that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, do you know what I love, Lawrence?
What?
I love these moments where the Doctor can take like what is completely seemingly dull and ordinary, and he has this way about him where he just makes it seem so magical and like exciting. You know, like when he's talking to everyone in the bus and like he's asking them what their plans are for the evening. It's like a chops and gravy and just ordinary everyday stuff. They're gonna do the dishes, and play the lorry, and it's just beautiful. And then he says the planet is nothing. That planet out there is nothing compared to all those things waiting for you, and it just makes you feel nice, which I enjoy. It
does. It's very like, again, you get to see why the Doctor has such a reverence for Earth and holds humans in such a high regard, right? Because he is
100%.
It's although it's the life that he can't have, it's still very much a life that he admires, and like,
yes,
it's also. It's just a great, like, this is what I mean about the Doctor taking charge and why I think he does it slightly better than Christina does in her brief kind of bus talk. Is he rallies up the morale, right? He's been lumped with a better group of humans than he had in Midnight. But he just takes.
He really got off easy this time.
Yeah. I imagine if he had the same lot.
Oh my God, can you imagine? Yeah. Jeffro would have been no help.
Jeffro would have been useless, and that dad would have been sat there like, no, I'd rather. I'm going to let the tires out.
Why should I do it? It's my holiday too.
But yeah, no, it's just he takes like special moments he makes people see the beauty in their own lives. You know, like there is nothing more interesting than going home and doing the washing up and going to Riz Up Tina and everything else.
Yeah, big Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah,
Daniel Kaluuya's here.
He's here. Yeah,
Daniel Kaluuya, very famous now. Not very famous in 2009. No. I knew him before this, though.
Black Mirror?
No. This was it before Black Mirror? I would have been around the same time.
Because it was Black Mirror season 1, right?
Yeah, it'd have been around the same time. Oh no, I knew him from Skins as Posh Kenneth. In Skins.
Oh my God! Well, I've just seen Black Mirror was 2011, so.
Oh, so yeah, it was after this then. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, he was in Skins.
He was Posh Kenneth in Skins, and he was also a writer on Skins as well, I believe.
Was he?
I think so. Yeah.
Fucking hell, Daniel Kaluuya's been busy, man.
Yes, yeah. That's where I first knew him from. I was like, oh, it's the guy from Skins.
I was about to say he's like criminally underrated, but he's not now. He's getting his flowers now. He's very much in the
he is, but he has been criminally underrated for the longest time. It wasn't really until Nope that not
true.
Nope.
Get Out,
Get Out, that he like really took off. Even like Black Mirror would have probably been the biggest thing he'd done for quite a while.
That's probably true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's great. It's great. He's always good to see him and stuff. And he's good in this. I like him. He's good fun.
Yeah, he's got that. I like the what does the Doctor say where he's like almost like a warning of Tina, and he's like, "Oi!" Like there's a proper little cheeky exchange.
He's going through the list. He's like, chops and gravy, wash it up, doing the lorry, and poor old Tina.
And he's like, "Hey, stop that!"
yeah.
The lads.
This is later on, but the moment with the watch as well. Like when the Doctor like he needs something gold. He's like, "Here, use this." I'm like, "I said gold, mate." He's like, "Please."
We've been to Camden Market. All right? We've seen these men.
Yeah, it's true.
That the ending for Daniel Kaluuya's character in this, I think, is funny. But we'll get there when we get there. So, yeah, Christina and the Doctor get to talking. They are kind of finally getting to know one another now that the Doctor's kind of raised morale. And he set everyone off with some degree of a job.
Yeah.
Even though I think it's busy work, isn't it? But he wants to keep spirits high.
No, I think that there's genuinely trying to get them out of it.
Oh, yeah, because they're
I don't think it's busy work. Yeah, I don't think it's busy work. I think they are trying to do what they can.
I guess I only say busy work because nothing changes to the bus. If anything, the bus gets worse, and then the Doctor brings the solution back on a silver platter.
Yeah, but they don't know that yet, though, do they?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I do quite like the exchange of Christina reveals she is Lady Christina, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a lord. Oh, of where? Oh, it's quite a big estate."
Yeah, and it is, to be fair.
It is, yeah.
That's why they see a big storm off in the distance, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what that is.
Do we find out about the storm yet, or do we?
No, not yet. It's just a big storm for now.
Yeah, okay.
Big storm.
Just a big old storm. I got reminded, I don't know why, and this is very specific to just me and you, but they wanted longer episodes, so we're going to talk about it. I remembered in AC Origins, just every time Bayek went, sandstorm.
Sandstorm.
You'd just be on your camel out of nowhere, and suddenly you'd be raising your hand up and you'd be like, this is different, what's this? Sandstorm.
Good game. Lee Evans is here as Malcolm, the unit's scientific advisor.
I love that unit is one phone number away from a pizza.
It's 67, not 76 or whatever. Otherwise, you get like whatever pizza place that is.
But can you imagine people that people want a pizza? People are doing this in reverse. They want a pizza, and you're suddenly going, "Welcome to the Unified Intelligence Task Force," and they're like, "Oh fuck."
Who's calling a pizza shop though these days?
Oh, but 2009. Be fair.
Yeah, he was on his way out though.
It was. Maybe that's why Unit took the cheaper number that was on offer.
Yeah, maybe.
They were ahead of the curve. You ever had that feeling where you accidentally press 999 and like your phone does like the emergency ring and you're like,
I cannot tell you. I have never accidentally pressed 999 in my entire life.
You never had that? People do that all the time.
No. How are you accidentally dialing 999?
No, but you know your phone has like that emergency, like it will just dial 999 if you like do something to it. I can't remember what it is, but there is a feature where your phone does emergency dial the police, yeah.
Well, then turn that feature off. That sounds dumb.
It doesn't happen a lot. I'm just saying it has happened, and I've been like, ah.
No, I don't have that.
Fair enough.
This is not a relatable scenario for me.
Okay, I apologise.
Anyway, Lee Evans, Lawrence.
Yes, he's
comedian, heartthrob. But Lee Evans is here as Malcolm. Now, I want to know, Lawrence, I'm interested to know, was the character already called Malcolm before Lee Evans came aboard, or did Lee Evans request that the character be renamed to Malcolm? Because I don't know if you're aware, but in a lot of his stand-up routine, he will refer to this, like, idiot character he comes across as Malcolm.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, exactly. So I've always wondered that. I'm a big Lee Evans fan. I like Lee Evans. I think he genuinely is one of the best UK comedians, and he's hilarious, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's great in this. He's good fun.
I think he because his stand up, his style is very not this, but almost Jim Carrey-ish, like big faces, big gestures, like
very big, yeah.
Yeah. And I quite like that, on watching this back being older now, I'm watching it and he actually kind of underplays it.
He does,
you would expect bringing in Lee Evans would be the one to be the mad scientist. Then he has the goggles and he has his string and clips and all of his workstations a bit of in tatters, but he does. There are some genuinely subtle moments with him, and some moments that of decent tension, and also I think you kind of need a comedian that's a bit absurd for this role.
Yeah, you do,
because it's an absurd role.
It is. I like that the first time we meet him, Magumba brings him the phone and it's the doctor, and he's like, "Oh no worries, thanks. It's just a sore throat, actually." I tell you what, a cup of tea won't go on this stuff.
I tell you what, right? The vibe for his workstation, I prefer it to the old. Remember the old unit bus from the Sontaro two-parter?
Yes.
We'll get to Dimensions in a minute, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you remember that bus.
I think this one works more than that one did.
Well, way better, because it's...
Yeah.
All right, let's just do it now. Right, it's actually in a bus.
Yeah.
It's not in a warehouse.
A lot more accurate. Yeah, it's not like they've just suddenly walked into this TARDIS, I guess. They've got their own fucking Time Lord technology there somehow.
Yeah. I quite like the vibe of it's more... just in general, it's more science focused. It's more, like I said, the paper clips and the string and everything else.
I think this is really the last we see of Unit in this era. I don't think we'll see them again.
Do they not? Is there not anything that they do in a couple of episodes with them?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Oh, I guess because large factions are incapacitated, aren't they? I suppose. Yeah.
Oh, we might see them through a screen,
but not them.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there. But it's really though. I think this is kind of the last bit we have with Unit, and I think this is the last. Unit in this era is very militarized.
Yeah,
and
it's a goodbye to the Red Berets.
Yeah, we still have the Red Berets, but they're just not as prevalent.
Yeah.
And I think it is almost to a fault, really, that Unit is really just a military organization at this point instead of very much science focused.
They don't feel any different from a normal military. They just feel
grunts. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And weirdly enough, they have this thing where the people that they do call in, Malcolm, and when Martha is there to be an alien specialist kind of thing. Yeah. They Unit's specialty is supposed to be extraterrestrial investigation and intervention, right? And when they have those types of characters, so often they're no, we'll do it the Earth way. Let's go shoot them. They just ignore the people that know about aliens anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true. But anyway, Lee Evans is it's good fun. I guess we'll get more of Malcolm throughout the episode. Yeah. Actually, no, the Doctor's a little bit rude to Malcolm at first, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's a bit like, yeah,
he's a bit well, before I die of old age, Malcolm, then is there someone else I can speak to? All right.
I got quite offended on Malcolm's part because he just poured his heart out to the man.
He was really nice.
Yeah.
He was just telling him about, and just because he names a measurement of whatever after him himself, why not? Yeah. He deserves that, I think.
Christina, not in this part, but she calls him out for it anyway. You named yourself the Doctor. A man can't name his own scientific discovery after himself.
Exactly. Talk about fucking egos.
Yeah.
You're
in no position, Doctor.
Exactly. Whatever. Anyway, we see a big fly.
Right, the fly. Right,
there's a big fly. I like it. It's cheesy 70s camp sci-fi.
I think, and I'll get my positives out the way.
Oh, there he goes. He hates the fly.
I don't hate them. The prosthetics look great.
It does look great, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe subconsciously I am noticing the HD thing, because I made a point of being like, these close-up shots of the prosthetics and the kind of the pincers moving around. Like, it looks great.
And the sound design was very good as well.
Yeah, a lot of... And you get the Doctor doing his own sound design in a bit. Yeah. The TARDIS translator isn't
we have no
working.
TARDIS.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's not here.
So we just get Tennant making guttural noise.
And this is the one time it makes sense. This is the one time where where we don't get any alien translation. I'm like, this works. This makes sense. Well done. You did it, Russell.
Do you remember when they landed at the Shadow Proclamation and the Jadoon went, "Bo, fo, show," right next to the TARDIS?
And the Doctor just went, "Roso, mo, lo, fo." Yeah.
What does that sound like when it's not the alien? Like, is the Doctor being like, "Don't shoot us. We are not here for beef"?
Well, we hear the Jadoon when they're speaking English, so I imagine it's just be like that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Compensation.
Language assimilated Earth. All right, yeah, but no, right. The thing about the flies is they're like the Hath, but less cool. Right, because the Hath are all boys. Right, the Hath are boys.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, they're all like, they're like walking around in their groups. They're all like making like army signals to each other. They're like tapping each other. Like, it feels like more of a, no, because they're soldiers, right? So there's more of a camaraderie between them as characters.
There was also a whole group of them, and we got 2 flies.
Yeah, but I just, do you know what I mean about it being go on.
One of them died for the other.
Yeah, but I never got the impression that they were boys, Nathan. Right, they're, at the end of the day, they're masks in boiler suits, and it's just not that interesting.
That's what I like. It's dumb, campy sci-fi. It's throwback to like 70s, like Star Trek. Like, oh, we're in a desert in Las Vegas, but it's an alien world, and there's a bug monster alien with a gun, and he's gonna shoot me.
I like the gun. It feels very Family of Blood ray gun style.
Yes, yeah.
I did like the gun. No,
fun.
I didn't. The design of them was a bit like, they're on no one's top 10 villain list, are they? Well, not villain.
Well, they're not a villain.
No, but like they're not on anyone's like top 10 alien monster design.
No, I don't think so. But I don't think that means that they're bad.
No, top 10 lists are objectively right, Nathan, and you should.
No, they're not.
You should adhere to them at all times.
No,
you should only form your opinions on what people on the internet say and rank.
And they eat shit, and they came to planet San Helios to eat everyone's shit, apparently.
Yeah, so. But when they got there was no shit to be had.
There was no shit. Like, no, there's no shit.
Where's all the fucking poo?
This big metal squid fucking crashed us or whatever. No.
God damn it.
Oh, I haven't got no poo.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no, to make matters worse.
Yeah.
There's no poo.
But then they're like, anyway, you are going to suffer for your crimes because you crashed here in a bus.
Yeah.
They're like,
in the 200.
What? You came in the 2... First, I think it's pretty dumb that the Doctor's like, what's the 200? Come on, man.
Yeah, but he doesn't, like, I never see the Doctor as someone that he's not reading the timetable, and he's not from Earth, so he probably saw a red bus, got on it, paid no mind to where it was going or what it was.
Yeah, probably, but still, I don't know. Like, think it through, though.
Yeah, I mean, you came here in one thing.
To be fair, I just spend a lot of time looking at the number 200, which I guess he didn't. But still, it seems dumb to me.
Yeah, you're way too informed. Nathan, you're too close, all right? You're too close to this.
It's because it's in HD and I can see it clearly now.
You're like, why can't he see it in HD?
Exactly.
Do you reckon everyone's only been seeing stuff in 480p up to this point?
I do, yeah. It would make sense. Yeah. Anyway, Christina looks Time Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like that line. You look human. You look Time Lord.
I mean, yeah. There's a lot of species that look like that, though, right?
There are, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, another one. Carleds. They look like that.
They're the Daleks.
Pre-Daleks, yeah. Pro-Daleks.
Yeah. Before they become all squiddy and weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that line. It's a nice little exchange. Again, there are some moments between the Doctor and Christina that are very like, I feel like they quickly establish this almost cheeky banter back and forth. Like, it's very clear that she's someone that will give it back straight away, and the Doctor I think it's something that he quite likes.
he says the one word of French that he knows, and then she speaks back to him in French, and he's like, "Oh, I like this."
He's like, "I don't know what it meant, but that's fucking brilliant." Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just remember. I don't know why, right? But what came into my mind was the. Do you remember when he was so excited to meet Madame de Pompadour, and he went, "Madame de Pompadour!" Like,
yes,
proper excited. Oh, the Doctor. Yeah. What else happens? They show him the telly.
They show him a telly. We see the whole civilization, San Helios City, where they came to eat all their shit. But it's now a desert, and it's been, the whole planet's been reduced to a desert within a year, that's
quite a harrowing concept.
That's quite spooky. Yeah. Or by these big metal stingrays, really.
Sperms.
I think you know what a sperm looks like.
I do, right? I do.
If your sperm looks like this, I think you might need to go see a doctor, mate.
Not up close. No, but
even if it's that shape, I'd probably I'd take a trip, mate. I don't think.
Doctor,
I think something might be wrong.
There's an exoskeleton around. No, but they've got them weird little tails, haven't they? They're
stingrays. They're literally stingrays, but metal.
Again, they
killed my boy Steve Irwin.
These ones.
These ones specifically.
Steve Irwin's going, "Where's all my poo?" And they come and take him out.
You ever see Steve Irwin's son? And he's on TikTok or whatever, and he's doing his thing. He's like, he's great. He's a good laugh. He's like, he's saving crocodiles or whatever he's doing. But then the comments are just like, "Your dad is dead," and it's really sad. I'm like, I feel so sorry for the kid, man.
Isn't he like very similar to his dad? Like,
yeah, he's like spitting an image of him, and he's like doing the same stuff. He's working there at Australia Zoo or whatever, and he's doing great stuff. But then all the comments are like, "Your dad is dead," and he was a nice man.
He's like, "Cheers, I was actually there. I know."
Oh, cheers.
Weirdly enough, I was present for a bit of that. Yeah. Oh dear.
Anyway, Steve Irwin is dead.
Yes.
He's killed by these metal stingrays.
I don't know. Just the design of them is, again, it's just a little bit like, all right. I do like the concept that it's their like ecosystem, that they fly around with such a velocity that they rip holes.
See, I like this. I like that it's not like a mustache twirling villain with a big evil plan, and it's literally just the circle of life. Like, it's not their fault. It's just what they do. You know,
it's how
they're not like, "Oh, we're gonna destroy this city and eat this people and all their shit, so the flies can't have any." They're just like, this is what we do. You know,
they're not necessarily aggressors. They're just predators. Right?
It's like a bear eating a moose. All right, the bear doesn't hate the moose. The bear's not evil and is like, "I'm gonna kill that moose." The bear's just hungry. And he's like, "Oh, there's a moose. I'll eat that."
It's not personal, bro. All right.
Yeah, it's just nature. All right. David Attenborough loves this shit.
He does. He's absolutely loving it.
He'd do a documentary on these stingrays.
He should narrate this episode, I reckon.
And here we have the stingray. See how they devour the San Helios city.
How old is David Attenborough these days?
Oh, don't even think about it. Don't even.
He must be getting on.
Yeah, I think he's in his 90s, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not good. His brother died like about 10 years ago now. Was it?
Oh, shit. All right. Good innings either way, then.
Yeah. Wait. I get them confused. Which one's Richard? Which one's David? Is it Richard Attenborough who does? David Attenborough does
David does all the
nature
documentaries.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Richard Attenborough is the one in Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I get them confused.
What happens? They need a thing, and it's at the bottom of a thing.
Right, so here's why Christina's a fucking idiot.
Okay, all right. I activated you there.
You activated. You pressed my Christina's a fucking idiot button.
Yeah.
All right. So Christina, she does her cat burglar shtick again. She does the Mission Impossible thing. She's going down the shaft because they need a crystal or whatever. The doctor's like, "I'll go get this crystal," and then she's like, "Yeah, whatever, mate." So she goes to get the crystal.
Yeah.
And she just jumps down that shaft. Fair enough. Not an issue. She's doing her thing. She's hurtling down that shaft at full speed, and then the doctor stops her. He sonics the thing and he stops her, and she's like, "What did you do that for?" as she's like literally 30 centimeters away from an electrified force field, which is sizzling and everything. It's literally got lightning bolts coming off it. She was like, nah, there's no issue with this. I reckon this would have been absolutely fine.
Why did you stop me? I was just going to wince and hope for the best.
She was hurtling towards that full speed with a smile on her face.
What is it about the humans in this episode just absolutely smashing themselves through something they shouldn't?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. The human hubris, I guess. But then she pressed the big red button to deactivate it, which is just like, why is that there? That is just the most like made for television thing ever.
Yeah.
Really, isn't it? That is the most here's a button made specifically for this scene in a TV show thing that ever has been done.
They don't even try and hide it either, right? Because the dog's like, she's like, well, what now then? And he's like, I don't know, the big red button maybe. I'm like, don't give me that. This is on you. This is your thing.
Yeah, that's
write something better.
That's just come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like to throw around the term lazy writing because I think it's often misused, and I think a lot of people say lazy writing when they just don't like it. But I think that's a little bit, you know.
In 2024, lazy writing equals when woman or person of color on screen. Like, it's been, that term has been bastardized to death. Yeah.
The fact that people say The Last of Us Part 2 is lazily written fucking baffles me to no end.
I have genuine story criticisms with The Last of Us 2, but
you're wrong.
Okay, fine. But to construct that, it's far from lazy.
It's so not lazy. Anyway, where are we? So yeah, she's an idiot, but fair play to her. She gets the crystal.
Yeah.
There's a stingray in the shaft. It gets activated because she's hot, I guess.
Yeah, that's another thing, right? This is what I'm talking about, right? There's a lot of endlessly flirting in this, right?
Well, she likes to flirt.
I know, but it's like there is an alien stingray centimeters from you, and the doctor's like, your body temperature is, rising up. It's dormant because it's cold. And she's like, I have that effect on all the boys. And it's like, just grab it and move.
She didn't say all the boys. Okay.
I know, I'm inferring some stuff.
I know. I think it's fine. You can have a little flirt in dangerous moments. Nothing wrong with that, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, that is fair. She uses the red button. Again.
She does. Yeah, this is the payoff of the big red button. Yeah. So we had the setup of it mere seconds ago, and now we get the payoff mere seconds later.
Chekhov's red button.
Yes. Oh, it's over. Okay.
Oh, that's been introduced. I wonder when it. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, well, there we go. So the stingray gets electrified or whatever.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do anything, and then it just eats the flies. So whatever. It's probably a good thing that the flies didn't make it out because, like,
where'd you go from there?
Exactly. Like I don't think they're coming back to London. Unit would have shot them the second they stepped off that bus. they
Open fire!
They would have shot them blank in the head the second they stepped off that bus.
It's very true.
You would have took one look at them and gone, absolutely fucking not.
I'm not chancing this.
Exactly.
In all the hullabaloo of a bus flying around as well, then there's no chances being taken there.
Not a chance, no.
Yeah,
no.
Look, there is that whole thing of like, a captain can't abandon his post, but you're absolutely right. They needed to be killed off and removed.
It is pretty funny though when Ted says the captain can't abandon his post when there's a bus standing by. That's pretty fun. I like that.
You're making stuff up.
Yes. All right. So there's this thing. I noticed during this episode that the Doctor has a habit of going non-verbal whenever he gets bad news.
Okay.
And he just like shuts down and he goes, "Well, now I'm not going to talk." So like Nathan, there's a character in this called Nathan, by the way, it's not me. Yeah. But like Nathan calls him up and he's like, "Oh, we fucked the bus or whatever, we can't get home." And then he just doesn't say anything. He just goes completely silent. While Nathan and the other humans, they're all very scared and don't understand what's going on. Yeah. And they're talking to this figure of authority who seems to have some idea of what's going on. And they're like, "What do we do? We're all scared. Please give us some kind of reassurance." And he's just gone silent treatment, I reckon.
Yeah.
He did the exact same thing with Donna in fucking...
He did, didn't he? Yeah.
In Journey's End, yeah. Or one of them. When she was scared and not knowing what was happening, she's gone, I'm just going to shut down and go non-verbal.
He's sick of fucking up the day, basically.
I think he's autistic. He's clearly autistic.
There's definitely an element of that in him.
Yeah. He's on the spectrum, bless him. And, you know, fair play to him. But, like, yeah, it's not helping anyone out in that situation.
And it's so much sadder as well, because you can hear the woman who was like, you know, she was like, oh, I'm going to return home to Mike and Susanna, my lovely family. And she's like, it's all my fault. And he's like, don't even say that. And then they like kind of look into the phone for the doctor's encouraging words of morale that boosted spirits earlier. And he's just like, yeah, I got nothing on this one, lads. This is on you.
I'm just going to go silent.
I'll hang up, I reckon.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of putting the phone down on people.
There is. Some of it's funny, though.
Yeah.
There is. What have I got here? I mean, that's pretty much it. They get back to the bus then after that, don't they? They run back to the bus.
Yeah.
They figure out what's going on with the swarm.
They've been the doctor. I like the moment where, you know, she's a jewel thief, right? Like that's her thing. And there's this fuck off diamond.
Yeah.
And she goes like, basically gives it to him. Just risk my life for this, right? Yeah. Here's this, and he goes sick. Fucking pelts the diamond behind his head.
Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck? And he was like, I just wanted these. These are cool little things.
Well, they are. You don't need that. You don't need the diamond. He needs to make the bus fly machine or whatever it is.
It's, yeah. What are they in real life? They feel like they're just steering wheel locks, right? Like clamps.
I mean, you say, what are they in real life? Nothing. They're not anything in real life, Lawrence. There's no equivalent of this.
No, but I feel like they just look like wheel clamps, don't they? For when you're like,
oh,
parked
you mean
illegally.
What's the prop?
Yeah.
What's the prop? Oh, I don't know. There's probably just I was going to say a 3D printed thing, but not then. No. No, I don't know.
Weird.
Just a thing.
Did it look like there was 5 of them when Christina pulled it out of the thing?
No, because it was in 4. It had like the 4 clamp things.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So he divvied them up.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, what happens? He attaches them to the wheels, but then he can't.
He attaches them to the wheels. He needs something gold, something non-corrosive, something to attach to conduct it to the bus or whatever.
Yeah.
So he smashes her cup.
Right. This pissed me off because there is a genuine moment of tension where you're supposed to believe that like she's making the heroic choice, and it's like the alternative is just die with this meaningless cup. Like what?
It's a bit of fun though, isn't it?
Yeah. And I get it, right? It's supposed to like
and it's also 18 million. If you had 18 million, would you just willingly hand it over? Like, mate.
Nathan, put yourself in the perspective of yes, you have
18
million, but you can't spend it and it's worthless.
I get it, but it's still 19 million, isn't it?
Yes.
Exactly. It's not like, yeah, no worries, mate. Just hand it over. It's like, I get the situation. I get we can't get back without it. Fully understand. It's still 19 million. It's still 19 million that would completely change my life forever.
Yeah, but it's not like, and then the doctor said, like, you know, you need money, you rob a bank. You can't sell this.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Where are you selling this where you aren't immediately getting the FBI at your door?
Black market.
Yeah, but even then.
Did you used to think the black market was a real place?
Yeah, no, not physically. I used to think of it in the same way as like the dark web and all of this.
No, I thought it was a real place that you could go to, and they'd be like,
"Well, it's bloody dark here."
It's dark here. I want to turn the light on.
They're all under tarps.
Yeah, and there'd just be people selling like swords and guns and everything.
Swords.
I don't know. That was what made sense in my kid brain.
Nathan's down the black market getting himself a cutlass.
Exactly. It's just like a regular car boot sale, but with just like swords and.
Did you think that like when I'm 18, I'm gonna go there? Like,
probably, yeah, I probably would have. Yeah,
I'll have my first pint at the black market.
Black market would be a good name for a bar or something, though. Actually,
it would actually. It's almost certainly done.
Probably, yeah, but like that hasn't stopped like fucking every pub in England being called like the fucking King's Head or whatever. You know?
There's a Queen's Head everywhere you go. Like there's a There's a something of horses. There's something. Yes. Yeah. There's all sorts.
There's everything. There's like 4 pub names in the entire country. What have I got here? Yeah, so he smashes the cup.
Yep.
Can gold smash that easily? I always thought gold was quite tough. It's like famously a very strong metal, isn't it?
Yeah, it would take more than a light wallop.
Yeah, but it very easily like crumples underneath that hammer.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I don't know how strong gold is. Maybe I'm wrong, but
does it like lose its integrity after a while because it's fucking old?
I don't think so. No, it's gold.
I mean, it's a metal, isn't it? Yeah, why would it? Yeah.
Yeah. As I understand it, it's quite a strong metal, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, in fairness, the prop isn't. The prop is probably some tin foil.
Literally, yeah. Magumbo has a gun on Malcolm because he won't close the wormhole.
This is what I mean. about Unit. I understand. I respect Captain Magumbo, right?
Yeah. She's got a job to do.
She has got a job to do, and she has a duty of care to the world.
Which makes later decisions a little bit questionable, but we'll get there, trust me.
Yeah.
But she does have a job to do.
Yeah.
But
so does Malcolm.
Exactly. And, and having Malcolm's quite rightly, like, this is the Doctor.
Yeah.
Like, we need to wait for him because he's the Doctor, And
also, she's going on about this, like, she's going, like, it's at 10 miles now, this radius is getting too big. And I'm like, it seems very containable. Like, you've grounded all the planes flying over London. Just give the Doctor one more minute. I don't know. Yeah. This is where Malcolm becomes a true boy, right? Stands up. He's like, absolutely not. Because he's gone from meek and mild and a bit. You're supposed to look at him and be like, you're a little bit pathetic. You're cute and lovable, but you're a bit pathetic.
Yes. Yeah. Fair play to him. He does hold his ground, and he's like,
yeah.
I won't let you. And good for him.
He's got a gun point blank to his face.
Yes.
Right? And he keeps his composure.
Exactly. Good on him, I say. The next thing I have there is a note about Malcolm meeting the Doctor, so I guess I missed some stuff.
I mean, my notes are pretty much just fucking bus starts flying, the storm is chasing them. The bus... Like,
they come back, the bus comes back through the wormhole.
Yeah. And then the roundhouse kick to one of the stingrays.
It does like that thing where it does like the Doctor like turns the bus around to hit a stingray in midair, but it does that thing where it like very quickly turns its back around somehow. Like it very quickly just like flicks its back end out somehow. I don't know how that happened. But yeah.
Considering it's working with no traction as well.
Exactly. Good stuff.
Look, it's got space jets on it, right? Like you can do
it's whatever. Yeah, it's whatever. Anyway, there's a flying bus and people are clapping, and then they're shooting all these stingrays or whatever.
Do you think there's anything to be said about wonky CGI on a flying piece of British iconography in the show Doctor Who? Because that's the show, right? That's the TARDIS.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Just one of them epic notes I put down.
I don't think the CGI was that bad.
On the bus, I thought it was quite naff, if I'm honest.
Oh, I've seen worse, mate. Like,
I mean, there's been worse.
I'm still thinking about the lows of last week and that fucking Cyber King or whatever. Like, it's nowhere near that bad, mate. So
I think the crispness and the jump to HD has clouded your mind. I think this is.
I think it probably has a little bit, but I think it looks good. I think it looks good for the most part.
Look, far be it from me to accuse Doctor Who of bad CGI and hold them to it. Like that, it's part of the show.
It is, yeah.
Even recent episodes of Doctor Who, there's moments where I'm like, "Whoa, that could have gone through again."
Yeah, it is what it is. You know, it's I'll never knock the show based on how the CGI looks, even though I have, and I probably will. But
you're supposed to take it as a silly. But it's not a genuine criticism. They're doing some of the most ambitiously weird concepts.
If you're genuinely criticizing Doctor Who because of how the CGI looks, then you're watching the wrong show, brother. Like, maybe this one isn't for you. Okay,
that's part of the heart. That's why people should love it. Yeah.
Anyway, what we've got? So Malcolm meeting the Doctor is quite fun. It's quite sweet. I like the get a hug.
I love you.
Malcolm just keeps saying "I love you" over and over again. And the Doctor again says absolutely nothing back to him, but
so
he just
rude.
keeps saying, "No, but Malcolm doesn't mind. He's having a good time."
Gives like it's weird because he keeps going "I love you," and pointing at him, and the Doctor just points back at him, and it's very like but he doesn't say yeah. It's almost just like he's like go away.
Thank you.
I mean, what do you say, to be fair?
Exactly. Yeah. But it's a nice moment, I think. And Magumbo's very friendly for a woman who just had a gun to Malcolm's head.
Nathan, we might bring this up again in a minute.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Maybe for that exact reason.
Okay. Do you want me to cut
that? No, it's fine.
Okay.
But we're transparent, all right? It's bound to happen. One of my favourite little recurring gags is the Doctor's just lack of patience when it comes to dealing with Unit and Unit's procedurals and everything else. All right, the soldiers are, as they should, right? Several humans have left the Earth.
Yes.
Right? So they're getting checked. They're probably getting some psych tests. They're probably getting their blood pressure looked at and everything else. Right? They're probably just having a few checks just to be like, your feet on the ground, you feeling okay? Cool. The Doctor just walks straight past. They go, all humans out you come, everyone come out the bus. The Doctor almost practically jumps over someone else to get out of the bus quicker. A soldier looks at him and he goes, I don't count, and just walks straight past him.
To be fair to him, he's right, though.
But it just always makes me laugh.
It's funny. Yeah, I get it. But to be fair to him, he is right.
Yeah.
He doesn't count.
I mean, he's fine. He's absolutely fine, yeah.
We've done this, all right? we know he's fine, okay?
The TARDIS was at Buckingham Palace.
She doesn't mind.
Well, the Queen's displaying stolen artifacts, yeah, I know. Burn on the monarchy and a woman who is dead.
Well, this implies that the 10th Doctor is friends with the Queen. So.
Yeah, and he would have fucked how many greats are involved?
Oh, it's probably not even the same family.
Oh yeah, they're all
the family is so messy.
They're all killing or fucking each other, one of the two.
Yeah,
or being Nazis,
or being Nazis,
or paedophiles,
yeah, or both.
Yeah, often both.
Often both. Yeah. But yeah, she doesn't mind. His song will end soon, though, Lawrence.
Oh, ominous Carmen comes back. How did they hand wave the? Because I'm pretty sure it's in the episode where she had the Doctor goes, "How many fingers am I holding up?" and she guesses right 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
right? And it's all very impressive. And the Doctor goes, "Oh, light psychic thingies. Oh, you must have got that from the blah 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 and the whatever." Can humans just have a bit of psychic in them now?
He said low-level psychic ability exasperated by an alien son.
Ah, I see. Okay, there you are then.
Yeah, but also, yeah, kind of little boy.
Oh, little Timmy.
Yeah, he was a little bit psychic.
Oh, and Gwyneth.
Gwyneth.
Oh no, Gwyneth was given it by the Gelth though.
Still.
Yeah, she's a psychic. All right.
I'm sure there's others.
There probably are. Oh, I forgot. I rewound the episode so many times to get the fucking exact meaning of what a Malcolm is, and I forgot to bring it up. So I'm gonna go and bring it up right now. A wavelength parcel at 10 kilohertz operating in 4 dimensions equals 1 Malcolm.
But what is a Bernard?
Oh fuck!
It's 15 Malcolms.
Oh no, come on! But you wouldn't have been able to get there without my excellent Malcolm explanation.
I think I would have. Lawrence.
All right, but to understand your Bernard point, the audience needed context on my Malcolm reasoning.
Great. Anyway, Lawrence, as I just said, his song will end soon. Shall we go back to that point? Or do you want to talk more about Malcolms?
No, I want to talk more about the Malcolms. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's ominous. It's
a big moment.
Yeah.
This is a scary moment for 10 especially. He's like, what? I've heard that before.
But I've been working so hard on keeping these teeth.
Yes. So we get a prediction, a prophecy, as it were.
Well, because once could be an opinion, but twice from 2 unrelated sources, the universe is up to some shit.
First of all, it was Ood Sigma, Ood Alpha Sigma, or whatever he is.
Yeah.
Ood Sigma male.
Beta cuck Ood.
No, he's an Ood Sigma male. I think that's a good one.
That is.
Yeah. He was like, your
song is ending, but the grind never stops.
Exactly. Yeah. And now this lovely woman has also said his song is ending soon. But we get the additional prophecy of he will knock 4 times. And we all know what that means.
Does she say he is coming. He is returning from the dark.
I think she says it is returning.
Yeah,
from the dark.
I thought it was it. Yeah.
I think it's it. Yeah,
And that's.
and that's the thing.
You might think you know what it is.
I know what it is.
I know what it is, and I know what I used to think it was.
Spoilers. Anyway, there we go. We know David Tennant is leaving by this point. It's been announced. Matt Smith has been announced, so it's all in motion. We know it's coming.
It is cozy sweater.
It is cozy sweater. You know, I watched The Confidential where they announced Matt Smith, and it's very funny because they at the end of the little confidential, they play this montage set to Fall Out Boy's "Thanks for the Memories," which is very funny.
I fucking love Doctor Who Confidential, right? Because the editors clearly have a music budget, and that's where it all goes.
Oh, but it's so much fun because like they do it so literally as well. They like really listen to those lyrics and then match everything. Because there's a lyric where it goes, "And my eyesight is going bad," and he puts on the glasses, and then it's "and this crystal ball." What do you think we're gonna see?
Yeah.
What episode do you think we're gonna see when he says "and this crystal ball"?
Oh no! Oh fuck! It's gonna be the Carrier Night one, right?
Yes, exactly. You're 100% correct. Yes. It's so funny. But they go through all that. They do this big montage of like all the doctors and like cool moments and stuff. And then it just ends with Matt Smith doing this big dramatic turn to the camera, as in like, "I'm next." It's so funny.
I'm ready to make some more memories.
Exactly. Oh, it's good stuff. But yeah, we know he's coming. We know Ten's on his way out, so
he's a coming.
So yeah, he is a coming.
The Doctor.
So there we go.
Well, the episode's not quite over because Christina moseys on over to the Doctor.
Yes.
And she's like, "Off we go then." And the Doctor's
Off we go.
Like, "Get fucked."
I am so depressed, mate. Like,
suck shit, mate.
You would not believe the trauma I have gone through, okay?
Yeah.
Any other time, I'd love to have you. But right now,
it's a bad time
off
for
your
me,
pop.
right?
Yeah, so I guess that means you have to get arrested, unfortunately.
Yeah. And like, just, these cops are fucking idiots, right? It's just morons.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah.
She pulls off one of the, "Oh, go on, put me in another door," and she just literally does the seat shuffle and then fucking runs off. And
police cars obviously have the fucking child lock doors on. If they don't, that's so stupid, isn't it?
It's very stupid.
Yeah, they obviously have the child lock doors on.
Oh, yeah. And I quite like that her grand plan, is to, "Don't you get in that bus.
Yeah.
Don't you get in that bus?" "No, I'm in the bus." Well, that won't be hard to track, will it? A flying bus.
I mean, yeah, but
I suppose no one's making TikToks of it, are they?
I still reckon she could get a good fair distance away. In how they're going to catch her?
That's true.
Short of shooting it down.
But they could.
They could, but are they gonna?
No. Everyone thinks this police captain's a chump. They don't care.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, then they're like, "Oh, I'm arresting the Doctor as well. I'm arresting you because you aided and abetted somehow." I mean, he did, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
But like,
he's like, "You're the main character. I'm going to arrest you for funnies."
Okay. Well, I'll go arrest myself then, shall I?
I like that he walks off and they take it as a victory. They look around each other and they're like, "Yeah, as he should."
That's that taken care of then.
Now let's all continue staring at this bus and where it was.
Anyway, then the episode ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Pretty much. Is it time for Weirdo?
It is, of course, time for
Weirdo of the Week. Weirdo.
This is everyone's favourite segment of the show where we get to take a chance to look back on some of the weird and wonderful and grubby little characters who come across our screens each and every week on this silly little show that we love to watch. Lawrence, who is your weirdo for this week?
So it is indeed Captain Magumbo herself. I just think there's a very strange, I don't know, it's weird because she points a gun at Malcolm's face, point blank. Right?
Yes.
The gun is inches from his face. Right?
Yes.
The insinuation is, if you don't move, I will shoot your face off.
Yeah.
Right? But then it's fine, and she lets it go because other stuff happens, and she's called away.
Because the bus comes back.
Yeah, and the bus comes back, and she's like, "Let's deal with that." And then fucking Malcolm is like, "Oh, Doctor, I love you, and she's looking at him, and she's like, "Yeah, he loves him." She's bemused by his charm, and it's like, we all saw you. And I also just don't think it's very conducive to a productive work environment to call in a scientific advisor and then put a gun to his head.
No, I don't think it is either, to be honest. It's probably the opposite. And to be honest, I think Malcolm has a good enough reason to go to HR the next morning. And be like, I don't know if I can work under these conditions.
Yeah. I don't quite like being threatened for doing my job. Yeah.
Specifically, I probably deserve some compensation, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Oh,
And
Malcolm
maybe
Malcolm is the reason. Maybe off screen. Right, Malcolm dismantled the militarization of units, set them back in their industrial complex years, and made
Malcolm demilitarized units, which would make sense because he is mentioned in another episode down the line.
Oh, is he? Okay,
so he is still around during the science era of Doctor Who.
Well, there we go. Then we're led to assume that Malcolm led the charge. He took it. He was like, I'm not letting this affect me. I'm going to meet the Doctor and have my moment. Right, I've worked for this my whole life. And then he turns around and he's like, right, now back on this shit, right? Let's fucking... right, first things first, she's fired, right? I don't want to see her again.
I mean, maybe. And fair play to the bloke.
Yeah. Look, I like Magumbo, but she fumbled it here.
Yeah.
So, who is your weirdo?
Lawrence, my weirdo for this week is Captain Magumbo and all of Unit.
Okay. Right, yeah.
Yeah, well, all of Unit that's here, all right?
Yeah.
All of Unit that's at the tunnel. Because, right, hold on, let me pull my notes back up. So Unit is an organization that's dedicated to protecting the Earth from alien threats. So obviously, and logically, you would imagine that, say, if there was a big flying bus that happened to land somewhere, they wouldn't let just anyone run to that flying bus and then fly off with that big flying bus, would they? They wouldn't all just watch with smiles on their face and clap as someone commandeered that bus and then just flew away, evading the law and her arrest at the same time. You would think that the organization dedicating to capturing vehicles such as this and making sure they don't fall into the wrong hands would probably do something about that. But alas, Lawrence, they all just watch with smiles on their faces.
They've all got cause as well. She's a criminal on the run, right? They're not going to get fired for... Someone could have got trigger happy is all I'm saying, right?
Honestly, they could have shot the bus down and then, like if Harriet Jones was there, she would have wasted no time. She would have.
Oh, but Harriet Jones is fucking nuking that bus within
She would have pulled that trigger. Okay, that is not happening under Harriet's watch. Yes, we know who she is.
Yes.
But yeah, I just thought it was very strange. The everyone's like, this is fine. this is perfect. Let her have it. She's earned it, I guess. Why not?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I forgot as well. There's a fucking there's a little bit at the end of the episode where they go where the Doctor goes over to Captain Magumbo and he's like, I got these two useless fucks here. They need jobs.
He doesn't go. He does quite the opposite of that.
No, but
he doesn't say these two useless. But he says they're quite helpful and does the exact.
He's like, they're good in a
opposite
crisis. I'm like, they broke the bus, but that's fine. This guy's good with engines. He flunked out of a 2-week course.
You really are the most pessimistic person ever. All right, he does the exact opposite of that.
I think Magumbo would have entertained the Doctor, and then as soon as they left, like, what the fuck? What do we need them for?
No, they all take his word as gospel. You know what they're like.
Oh, actually, we come back and fucking the Daniel Kaluuya is going to be like a 5-star ranking general or something.
Exactly, they'll all be on fucking $100,000 a year working for Kate now.
Oh, true.
Anyway, there we go.
What a much better boss. Kate's not fucking pulling her gun out and pointing it at scientists.
Exactly. She is a scientist herself. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the Kate era.
Same.
Of Unit. Anyway, that was the Planet of the Dead. Now, Lawrence, it's time to see if people still have thoughts.
Ooh, and I'll tell you what that segment is, Nathan. This is the part of the show where the audience get to have their say. Nathan will tweet out the episode that we're watching and ask if you've still got thoughts about it. You can email us over on stillgotlegspodcast@gmail.com, or you can just reply to the tweet. We will read them all out in abundance. This is also the part of the show where if you're like just a normal listener and you care about the episode, it's mostly going to be in jokes from here on out. So
yeah, feel free to leave. You won't miss much.
No.
So there we go. Okay, so I will say, strap in, because quite a lot this week.
Oh, fuck, okay.
17 replies to the tweet alone.
Oh, okay. All right, okay.
And then the emails on top of that. So,
and the emails are the long ones.
I know, everyone get comfortable.
Fucking hell, strap in, boys.
This is from Non-Discord Ardame at F54MMETTA. Formata. I don't know. You.
Sounds like a bot.
It's not a bot.
Reminds me of the Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Lawrence, shut up. We don't have time for your silly little jokes and references. The Doctor is the worst type of guy on a bus. If someone sat next to me and shoved a chocolate egg in my face, I would explode. I'd like the chocolate egg, but yeah, I probably wouldn't be too thrilled if someone sat right next to me on a mostly empty bus as well. Like, there were plenty of places to sit.
You ever had that happen to you, where someone sits right near you?
No, because I have fat guy bus privilege. When no one wants to sit next to you, and it's the one time I like it.
Fair enough, can't argue with
that. Charlie Soccer at Schmitty Soccer says, honestly glad the Doctor bogged off Christina. What an absolute stuck up. I mean, fair.
Jesus.
Brutal.
I mean, look, there were parts of her that I thought were a bit posho and a bit condescending, so I can see why.
P.S. Moore at P.S. McMoore says, really love the episode, apart from the fucking idiot bus driver. I'm going home, mate, with a big smiley face in quotation marks. Absolute twat. Lady Christina is one of the coolest one-off characters of the RTD era. We stan our aristocratic queen, XOXO. So already a variety of opinions.
Yeah, it is quite polarizing, because you can't really nail down the general consensus, can you?
Yeah. Mel at Melly Mel says Malcolm is the real hero of this episode. I'm inclined to agree with that, to be honest.
Yeah, I would too.
Yes. Rach and Rach also let me know how to pronounce their at. And they actually sent this in last week. To put you out of your misery, the at in my Twitter handle is read out as an A. Much like RTD for this week, I thought I was being clever when I came up with a name. So it's acting strange, I guess. That makes sense. Anyway, I remember when I saw this episode as a kid, I was convinced that one of the angry metal sperm things, shut up, Lawrence.
Told you.
Was going to come in the window and eat me overnight. Thankfully, that didn't end up happening yet. Also, I think Lady Christina is an annoying Tory. Still, banger next week. Lady Christina is so polarizing already.
She is, isn't she? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can see the Tory. I get Tory vibes from her too, so I can see that.
I mean, she absolutely is one, right? She's a Lady Christina, like.
Well, yeah, exactly. The aristocracy lives on. So, yeah, you'd imagine. The Dastardly Wizard of Poosh at Soupy Soup Brain. I don't have any witty zingers about this episode, and despite having just watched it, I have forgotten it entirely. It might even retroactively erase my memory of Doctor Who entirely. Who is this shouty English twink on my screen? And then in a follow-up tweet, bugs eat the world, though. That's pretty sick. So great. So, thank you, Soupy Soup Brain.
Yep, very good.
I appreciate it. This next one is from Kai Armstrong. Oh, for fuck's sake. And this is your doing, Lawrence. Just like Christina D'Souza in Planet of the Dead, who stole precious items for entertainment, Nathan has stolen our precious Cassandra banner so he can feel joy at the bland, organized conformity of the regular podcast layout. I fucking hate you, Lawrence.
Oh my
see what you do? I just wanted to have a theme for the podcast, and now I'm the bad guy. All right? All because one day you decided to just be a dick and fuck with me. Okay?
Look, I like having a little bit of power to leverage, right? There's a lot of this show that you control, okay? So
well, yes, because
and don't come to me. I made that banner, all right? Don't like I put in the blood, sweat, and tears to put that banner into existence, and I can just as easily remove it.
First of all, okay, you put some assets together. I think the hard work was already done for you.
Yeah.
By Chris, who designed our logo
at Weekly Planet Posters.
At Weekly Planet Posters, yes, very very talented graphic designer. So you didn't put it all together like that, but
look.
Anyway, Kai follows up that tweet with, "I might be late, but the scientist sounds like that little prick from Fireman Sam who likes to start fires." I don't know who. I used to watch Fireman Sam, but I don't know who that is. I can't remember Fireman Sam, to be honest.
No.
I imagine it was someone Welsh, though, because Lee Evans is doing a Welsh accent in this.
I guess so. My knowledge of Fireman Sam now is largely contingent on a meme that is basically what if Fireman Sam was Jamaican.
Okay. Well, don't do that.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Please don't do that, Lawrence.
And ready? Okay.
Nope. We assume he's Welsh. Anyway, Raw in Rose Agatha at our Rose Agatha says, this is almost definitely a better episode than the next Doctor. True that. But the cyber gorillas with handlebars are definitely better designed than knockoff screamers of Tzench. I don't know what that is. Look that up, Lawrence. Screamers of Tzench.
Screamers of Tzench. I got them. They're basically metal stingray thingies with...
Okay.
Well, they look mostly blue. They're seemingly Warhammer things.
What are they from? Warhammer?
Yeah, it would seem so, yeah.
Well, there we go. We know Warhammer. We're big Warhammer boys.
I'm always painting stuff.
Yeah, we always paint Warhammer.
Like little bits of thing.
we're always painting those little boys and their little. And
then we're getting
they got like jetpacks and guns or whatever.
No, man, they've got like horses and shit.
No, they have got like jetpacks, don't they?
Warhammers don't have jetpacks. No way.
They have jetpacks and guns and stuff.
I'm gonna Google Warhammer figures, and the first thing I see, if it doesn't have a jetpack, then we're fuck me. It has a jetpack.
What did I say? What did I say?
All right, verify.
I know my Warhammer. Right. I'm a Warhammer boy through and through.
All right, fair fucks. Yeah, I'm wrong.
There you go, see? Don't even question me on my Warhammer knowledge.
Sorry about that.
No follow-up questions on Warhammer, by the way. No one else asked anything about Warhammer. If we never saw the hungry silverfish again, I'd be okay with that. But I dream of a cavalry charge of cyber apes to this day. What are y'all's favourite one-off monster, and why are they both the Absorbaloff? I don't know if it's the Absorbaloff. It's probably not. Lawrence, what's your favourite one-off monster?
A Krillitane.
Krillitane. Oh, you do love the Krillitane.
I love that. I love that episode, and I love the concept of them just bastardizing and taking. Basically, I love that Doctor Who had the balls to go, what if eugenics was a monster?
Yeah. Does the family of blood count?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's a good one because it's just because of like the whole idea behind it. I think it's quite spooky.
It is.
Really.
Yeah.
Little
lifespan boys that want to live forever.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I don't know. I also can't think of any other one-off monsters.
And you've got that guy. Very good, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That guy who shows up every now and again in British things, and you're like, oh, it's that guy.
I don't know what he's in. Oh, he's Khaleesi's brother, isn't he?
Harry Lloyd.
He's Amelia Clark's brother.
He is, yes. And he's like, I don't know, he's like, I want to be the king. And then she's like, no.
And then Jason Momoa kills him or whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, we've seen Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so them, I guess.
Yep.
Robert Vasquez, RW Vasquez, simply says, so was Alex Kingston busy? I guess implying that Alex Kingston. River could have been Lady Christina.
Yeah, I guess.
This could have been a River episode, yeah.
I can see her in it, but I don't know if she'd be like stealing an Earth artifact in Earth. Like if this was more based on an alien thing.
Nah, River will steal some stuff.
Yeah, but she's normally in like high-tech alien prisons and stuff, isn't she?
Well, yeah, she's in prison for most of 11's run. So, like...
Yeah, true.
You don't get there by following the law.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think you'd lose a lot of the unit and the homeland Earth vibes of it, but...
I think that's fine.
I mean, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah. It could have been, it could have been River. I don't think RTD would write River, though. I think that's like...
Yeah,
it's like Moffat's thing, though, isn't it?
Well, we even said in that two-parter, it was like an end signal, right? It felt like the times were changing because we're starting to see characters so synonymous with a different time.
Lawrence, shut up.
All right.
This is from Cameron at Blue_Lantern. It would be funny if I just said desert in it or big fly in it, in the vein of my self-proclaimed infamous comment, Big B in it. Instead, I say justice for Malcolm. I loved him as a child, and now I still love him as a 23-year-old. One day he shall return and save us all. I'd love him to return. I reckon you can get Lee Evans back.
It's prime time for him to return.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be good fun.
Unit is at its most scientifically interesting point.
Yeah.
I would love to see Malcolm make a big grand return. And I'd love to see him like in charge of some stuff too.
The trouble is, he is Unit's scientific advisor here, and we do have another scientific advisor currently.
Yeah, but he'd have been promoted. It's been 15 years. Promote him.
Well, it's already quite a high position, especially in like recent years. Like, I don't know what else. I mean, there can be more than one.
How many
advisor,
times has Doctor Who needed to explain something and just gone, yeah?
I mean, yeah, it's true, but
that's most of the show.
Anyway, Garen at Garanzilla says, if Malcolm has 1 million fans, then I am one of them. If Malcolm has 10 fans, then I am one of them. If Malcolm has only 1 fan, then that is me. If Malcolm has no fans, then that means I am no longer on Earth. If the world is against Malcolm, then I am against the world. So, big love for Malcolm this week.
A ride or die for Malcolm.
Exactly. I appreciate that. Thank you, Garen. Greg Cactus Face at G Cactus Face got in early this week. He was like not even half an hour after I posted the tweet.
Like flies on shit, you could say.
Exactly. In this episode, it is revealed that the aliens can eat a planet in a year. During the year, Americans eat over 19 million hot dogs while watching baseball in stadiums. And then in Australia, Greyhound buses operate around the country, particularly for long-range trips, such as 20-hour overnight trip from Alice Springs to Adelaide. Greyhounds are one of the only animals raced for money, other than horses, although they're not shot dead if they fuck up. They're great.
Fuck, you know.
Yeah, so there we go. Thank you for those 2 beautiful facts, Greg. As always, we appreciate it. And you are doing the Lord's work.
Indeed you are.
This one is from August at August.
Oh, I thought you were just like, we forgot to read it out from August.
No. It's
It's something from August. Season 2 or something.
The Twitter name is August. I'm just going to assume that's a Taylor Swift reference because that's all I know. I've seen this episode a lot because it's one of my dad's favorites. He's weird, I don't know, but I still don't know the plot because I'm too busy ogling over David Tennant and Michelle Ryan. That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
They both
As a
look
fellow
very good.
Bisexual, yeah, this is bi panic is the phrase. I think.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that you'd understand.
No, I'm not one of them straight men that's like, I can't ignore. You know, like some people are like.
You are very much one of them straight men.
No, but you know what? You know them straight people that are like, they can't even acknowledge that a man is handsome without being like, I'm not gay.
Yeah. Is this guy pretty? I don't know.
How would I know? I don't even have a
how
metric
would I possibly
for that.
know? Yeah. You know, come on.
You know what is aesthetically pleasing.
Of course, everyone knows. Batofi Pie at Batofi. I never know how to pronounce this. I'm so sorry. Batofi. I'm just going to say Batofi Pie because the at is that toff, so that would make sense. But toffee pie. Anyway, pet peeve of mine, but I can't stand Lee Evans. No, especially in this episode. I know some people want him to come back, but I am not one of them. Osgood is superior in every way. I do love Osgood, I will say. Osgood's a great character.
I don't know too much about Osgood.
You'll get to know her down the line.
I know she has a scarf.
I do like Osgood. She does have a scarf, yes.
Yeah.
And a bow tie. And sometimes some collars. With question marks on them. No, not those kind. Not that kind of collar. No. I mean like a shirt collar. Stop.
At work, too.
No, stop this. Anyway, I do like Osgood, but I can't be with you there, unfortunately. I do like Lee Evans quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I can understand why people don't like him, though.
He's a lot, and he's obviously written in as comedic relief.
Yeah, he is a very over-the-top comedian as well. So if people's like, I don't really like him, I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
I could understand being maybe not feeling a full hour of his stand-up.
Yeah.
But he's used sparingly in this, and like we already said, he's toned down relatively compared to a normal Lee Evans shtick. So
I always like it when he always does like a song at the end of his stand-up.
Oh, really?
Gets on the piano. Yeah. And I gets on the piano and he plays like a song. And sometimes it's just like a nice song.
Yeah.
You know? It's just like a nice way to end the show, really.
I'd fucking love that you can't turn on a Lee Evans without him just sweating buckets within 5 minutes. Yeah.
The amount that guy sweats, it's insane.
Mate, he could provide water to countries in need.
He really could. Yeah. It'd have to be filtered quite a bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Damn the Lamb. Damn the Lamb says it has its moments. Brackets Malcolm and the Fornox prophecy, but honestly, just a boring one. I do enjoy the run-in idea in Doctor Who that humans are a little bit telepathic, and some people have it stronger, like Tim in the Family of Blood. I said that. Still a boring ep though. Certified banger next week. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I'm with you there. There are highs, but it's mostly just whatever. This episode.
I liked it. I think it's good fun. Yeah. This is from our good friend Kate at Maroon Store. She says Murray Gold gets the weirdo crown from me this week. For the last decade, I've adored the track that plays when the bus arrives back on Earth, but the track name, it's called Lithuania? ? And then in a follow-up tweet, I've watched this episode countless times and I've always listened out for a Lithuania name drop, and every time I'm left baffled. And then all in caps, Murray Gold, explain, it's plagued me for years. And then several angry faces and knife emojis.
Yeah, look, we respect.
And then
passion.
included as a screen cap of what I assume is Spotify with Lithuania playing. And it is indeed called Lithuania. That's weird.
That is really weird.
Why Lithuania? They never mention Lithuania, do they?
I don't think so. I can...
No.
I mean, it sounds like Kate's scanned this episode through and through, so...
I mean, yeah. What an odd choice.
Kate, we need to know, is your girlfriend still putting up with us?
Well,
the show?
Lawrence,
okay.
Well, here we have a tweet from Abby, who is at Sapphic Slowpoke.
Incredible.
Way better than the next Doctor, in brackets, bar is on the floor. I actually wanted to rewatch this one. Main thought, though, was how bad I felt for David having to wear his Doctor costume in Dubai. That's fair enough. I fully would have died.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and we were robbed of having Christine as a companion. And then from Abby, in brackets, Kate's GF. Isn't that sweet?
That is lovely.
We got the couple listening in.
The whole gang is here.
The whole gang's here now.
I'm glad you didn't give up after the next Doctor, Abby. It's a tough one, but you've got through the trenches of it. Yeah.
Congratulations, we're proud of you. Yeah. I don't know why, but I feel like most of our audience is gay. I get that vibe. You don't get that vibe?
I feel like, you know that meme of the guy at the party that is not involved in the conversation and someone just does a big thumbs up to him and leaves him alone?
Yeah.
That's me.
That's you.
And our gay audience.
Everyone bully Lawrence for being straight.
No, I'm in their good graces because of the Cassandra. You're the tyrant.
No. Stop this.
I'm riding this high for as long as I can get away with it.
Anyway, that is all our emails to this week. Thank you for our beautiful gay listeners. Sorry, that's all our tweets for this week.
I was going to say, we got off scot-free there if you've forgotten to read out the emails.
No. Thank you to our beautiful gay listeners for tweeting us. Now on to the emails. This is from Ty Rotheramal, who says, the subject line is Planet of the Dead / Tim Horton is bad, actually. Hello, Nathan and Lawrence. Thanks for reading out my email last week. I just wanted to clarify that Nathan was correct in guessing who the actor I was referencing was, to a surprise. It was indeed the fantastic Daniel Kaluuya. The show has been full of these famous now faces in this era, which made my watch through a lot of fun. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Lots of faces show up in Doctor Who, like famous before they were famous.
Yeah, pre-fame kind of stuff. Andrew Garfield, etc.
Andrew Garfield, the big one. Yeah. This episode itself is a lot of fun and features, in my opinion, a really great one-off companion in Michelle Ryan. The dynamic they have together is very Spider-Man / Black Cat, which is a lot of fun and stands out from who we've seen previously. Also, I stan the insane weirdo Malcolm. What a fun, infectious guy. Everyone's loving Malcolm.
Apart from that one guy.
Apart from Patoffy Pie, but most people are loving Malcolm. I am glad it's exciting for Nathan to have your guys' podcast reach all the way out to Calgary, Canada, as it is equally exciting to have you guys read out my silly little words. However, Nathan, you mentioned you'd like to visit and go to a Tim Hortons, and I regret to inform you that it really has fallen off in quality in recent years due to an American buyout. Isn't that always the way?
Oh, that's fucking typical, yeah.
The donuts are always stale, the coffee tastes cheap, and the rest of the food leaves a lot to be desired. A lot of people favor McDonald's coffee over Tim's, at least around where I am. You do have a place to stay if you ever come to visit. Lawrence, book those tickets right now.
I like that it's on me.
Of course. Yes, it was insane to watch all 13 seasons of the revival in the length of time that I did. But hey, I fell in love with Doctor Who. Can you blame me? Absolutely not.
No.
While I enjoy the Matt Smith era, I do think it's the weaker seasons of Moffat's run as showrunner, and I'm very excited to get to my second favourite Doctor, Capaldi. Take care, fellas. Talk to you during the potentially 6 hours Waters of Mars epic. You know what happens if it's any shorter. Skull emoji.
Oh,
no. Ty Rotheramal.
I don't know what to do.
Everyone
about
needs
this.
to. I know, we really have dug ourselves into a hole with this one, haven't we? I say we, it was mostly you.
No, it wasn't me.
It was mostly you.
Why can't let's place blame where it's fairly put, right? It is all the listeners having fun with each other.
You made the promise that it would be 6 hours long.
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
So it's actually not. It was me, but
oh fuck you! Trying to shoulder it.
I think it was me.
Someone tell us who it was.
Stop doing that. This next email is from Ketty Chicades. I've probably butchered that. I'm so sorry. I tried to look up a pronunciation and could not find anything. I am very sorry. Hello, boys. Long-time listener, first email. I want to start out by saying that I'm not British nor or from English-speaking country, so I've never heard of Doctor Who until I randomly started watching it in lockdown. Because of this, I'm not blinded by nostalgia and can say that Ten's TARDIS interior is absolute shit. A person who knows what they're talking about.
Okay.
Finally. Right. There's a lot of things wrong with it, but I have no idea why is there an old bus seat, ? I just know that thing is dirty AF. All right, it is.
Yeah.
Planet of the Dead isn't a terrible episode per se, but the character of Christina makes it unwatchable for me. Oh boy.
Oh no.
I get what they were going for. However, the execution doesn't work. Tennant has killer chemistry with everyone except with a woman who's supposedly perfect for him. Doctor saying we were made for each other had me rolling my eyes. They're trying too hard to make Christina cool bad girl. The kiss in the end doesn't make sense. We didn't even talk about that.
Because it's so nothing.
It is, isn't it? It's just they kissed for no reason.
Yeah.
Because they're two attractive people and they have to kiss.
They had to do a kiss, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I forgot. Captain Magumbo goes, I'll see. I'd love to see you again sometime, Doctor. And then she's never heard of again.
We never see her again. Yeah. Maybe if Christina was blonde, it wouldn't be so unbelievable. Also, her getting away while she's surrounded by police and unit is classic Doctor Who logic. So whatever. That's true. Carmen's prophecy is suspenseful and works just fine. Malcolm fangirling is super cute and certainly doesn't help Ten's ego. In Journey's End, Davros showed the Doctor how he turns his friends into soldiers. That one really hurt his feelings. But in this episode, he literally employed 2 young men into unit. So I guess he doesn't care anymore. Never thought about that.
No, nor did I.
Overall, this episode is quite a boring one. Great podcast. I'm also a listener of Another Happy Pod, and I have to ask Nathan to get off the Twitter for your and ours sake. Stop listening to Film Bros so you can enjoy movies without preconceived notions. Can't wait for your appropriately unhinged discussions on Moffat's era. Thank you very much. I should get off Twitter.
I've always said this, right? I'm so glad I've been vindicated, right? You can not like the TARDIS, that's fine, right? Because this point means everything to me. Your opinion is so influenced by what you think you're going to think about it.
I just don't like film.
Then stop letting them ruin it for you.
But it's like... There's something about it, you know? It's like an itch that I can't stop scratching.
I know, it's one of your toxic traits. That you're like, you're a masochist.
I am, yeah. I need to know what they're saying so I can get angry at it.
You know? I know you do, and we both know who we know you're talking about.
Yeah, we know exactly which profile I'd look at and scroll through. Because you do the same sometime.
All right, yeah, but it doesn't boil my piss for the rest of the week.
Yeah, it's true. No, the rest of the week is excessive.
Oh, fine. The day, then.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate. Anyway, thank you, Ketty. Once again, I apologise about mispronouncing your name, assumingly. But thank you very much. Very kind words. The Damn Beaver. This is our good friend Leah, who wrote in last week. Yep. Hello, boys. So happy you both enjoyed the trivia. Have to admit the email from the Damn Beaver was as much as a surprise to me as it was to you. I had completely forgotten that was actually the name of this Gmail account. The anticipation when you got to the email section was killing me, and the genuine grin when you talked about how much you love trivia damn near broke my face in two. So I'll give a very brief thought on Planet of the Dead. Then it's trivia time.
Hell yeah.
We love trivia. Yeah, that was fine. Nothing much sticks in my mind about the episodes, apart from Malcolm's clear crush on the Doctor. I always liked watching those scenes on Doctor Who YouTube channel, and that's all I really knew of the episode before I sat down to watch it. Weirdo of this week is the entirety of Unit for standing there with gormless expressions while a convicted thief steals a bit of most likely very powerful alien tech and flies away. What did I say?
Yeah,
it's mine
nice,
too.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But on to the trivia. The Unquite Dead. Despite the episode being set in Cardiff and BBC Wales being in Cardiff, this episode was actually filmed in Swansea. Due to having more surviving Victorian era buildings, Davies wanted to include a scene where the Doctor shows Rose what the future would look like if they failed to stop the Gelf. This scene would have featured the two in the TARDIS moving forward in time as the amount of Gelf picked up by the scanners picks up exponentially. The working titles of this episode included such gems as The Angels of Crippinwell and My Name's Dickens. Charles Dickens.
Fuck
That's so
me.
bad. That's awful.
At first I thought you were going to end it with My Name Dickens, like My Name Jeff style.
No. That's quite bad. Aliens in London. There was originally no year time skip. Rose would have just shown up minutes after she left. As for other scrapped parts, Jackie would have followed the Doctor and Rose into Downing Street. That would have been fun. The murdered Prime Minister is heavily implied to be Tony Blair, but the actor hired Roderick Mayer didn't look like Blair enough, so his body was kept out of focus. And Russell originally had the alien and the shuttle being found on a construction site until he realised the capabilities of CGI, then created the entrance we see in the episode. What entrance? What entrance is that?
That's the big old crashing into Big Ben.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I would
That's
fucking
interesting.
have loved to see Jackie just rain hell on Tories. Like
That would have been so
That
much
would have
fun.
been so
Wouldn't have been Tories, though. It was a Labour
oh
government.
yeah, it was
at
a
the
Labour
time.
government. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's plastic Tories anyway. Like
Well, yeah. Red Tories, yeah. World War III. Christopher Eccleston has said that this episode was one of his favourite filming experiences on the show, saying that chasing a man in a pig costume dressed in a spacesuit is something he'd never get to do doing Shakespeare. It's true. That's all for this week. Good luck on the 6-hour Waters of Mars episode. Don't forget how many lives you're both responsible for,
no.
Leah. Thank you, Leah. Thank you for reminding us.
there's so much pressure on next week. It's ridiculous.
It really is. I don't know what we're gonna do. Anyway, this is from Jared Coastal. Subject is Planet of the Dead. Hello, Still Got Legs team. Are we a team?
No, I don't think so because we're a warring faction. Because
We're a
I'm in
band.
a power grab
We're a
to
band.
seize power from your tyranny.
We're a gang.
I think gang's worse than team.
It's cooler.
What about a dynamic duo?
Ooh, I like that.
I like that too. Well, I'm companion though. You say that in the intro.
Oh yeah, you are the companion.
yeah. So we're a
Time
TARDIS
Lord and
team.
companion. We're a we're a TARDIS team.
Okay, that's fine then. Yeah.
But you're the companion. I have no idea where my review went. It was probably reported by someone to stop it being read out every week. It was probably Lawrence, to be honest. It had a good run, though, so thank you. I'm impressed how long it went on for, and if I achieved nothing else in my pathetic life, I will always cherish the achievement of having a shitty review read out on a weekly basis for several months on a niche podcast. This from a man who just had a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, do yourself some credit.
You've achieved plenty, Jared.
You've achieved lots, man. I will try to leave you with another review. Hopefully it will not be removed this time. As for Planet of the Dead, the bus is called the 200, as the episode is the 200th Doctor Who story. Oh, I didn't know that.
There you go. So fuck you and your tangent.
Well, you're still incorrect, regardless, okay? It is also the first Doctor Who episode to be filmed and broadcast in HD.
There we go.
As I mentioned. For me, it's the worst of the specials and pretty average compared to the rest of the RTD era. I'm looking forward to Matt Smith and the end of the RTD era. If you look at it in terms of crisps, RTD is like What's It's, nice but puffy and incredibly cheesy. Moffat's era is like Walker's Ready Salted, solid, dependable, a little dull. And then Chibnall is any supermarket own brand crisp. But perhaps you could start comparing each episode to crisps or other snacks. All the best, Jared. P.S. Due to your Only Fools and Horses tangent last week, perhaps a rewatch podcast of that in a few years once Still Got Legs doesn't have legs. Well, we have Glee to do first.
Stop giving him ideas.
No, we have Glee first, and then maybe we'll do Only Fools. I like the idea of doing an Only Fools podcast, but
I've just no reference for it. Like,
well, there we go. It'll be fun.
oh dear lord.
It'll be fun. So there we go. What do you think of the crisps?
I think that's got genuine source for a segment idea. Like that's good. No, but genuinely, because everyone knows the caliber of crisps.
Well, you say that, but they're different in every country, and as proved, this is now a worldwide podcast. We've been listened to in Canada, Lawrence,
All right, true, but everyone the same flavors.
and Poland.
Yes,
Not even though. Not even.
really.
Yeah, because they're called different things and they're different names and
All right,
stuff.
fine then. Let's settle this. Let's not keep this as a segment. But what crisp is this episode to you?
To me, this is a Walker's roast chicken. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
I like it. It's good to enjoy. It's not my go-to.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I will go for a ready salted one of those fries. Remember, like the French fries?
Ah, yes. Yeah,
Because
French fries.
they have the contents of something I would like, right?
Okay.
So 10th Doctor story, There's a good bit of like human Earth characters, right?
Yeah.
But that's the flavor of the French fry, but it's wrapped in this kind of bland, boring flavor. It's the least interesting version of something that could be cool.
I got you.
So those are my crisps.
Fair enough.
There we are.
Well, there we go. This is a long email. Okay. This is from our friend Pat, who wrote in last week, Patricia. Dear Nathan and Lawrence, hi again. You did quite well on my name last week, Nathan. Thought it would be worse. Thanks. Without further ado, here are my thoughts about the Midnight sequel, They Left the Bus. It's given Midnight Part 2, but this time the passengers are not arseholes, and the Doctor has PTSD after his last bus experience, so he is less of an arsehole himself.
You could almost say midday.
Shut up, Lawrence. And he has a woman by his side, so he's on his best behaviour. Is he on his best behaviour?
I think he's a prick.
He's still a bit of a prick,
yeah.
isn't he? When I watched it for the first time, it had Easter Special in the title, and I thought it was unusual, and I was kind of afraid they're going to turn the Easter Bunny, or whatever you guys do on Easter, into a Dalek or something. Rewatched it today, and I still think it's unusual to make an Easter special also with no Easter in it, but the joke about Easter's date was good, so I guess I can get used to it. Or not, as it's the first and last Easter special, I believe, so whatever. Yeah. Easter's a weird holiday, isn't it?
Look, it's purely... This exists...
It's like Jesus died, so now we eat chocolate eggs or whatever.
Yeah. I think, and also, like, it's one of them that calls into, like, oh, you know, you can't celebrate Christmas if you're not a Christian. And it's like, shut the fuck up, man. I'm going to eat some chocolate.
Christmas in the UK isn't even a religious holiday, though. Like, it's...
No, yeah.
It's... Like, technically it is, but it's so far beyond that.
It's a fucking... I mean, it's
just a national holiday that we all celebrate regardless of religion at this point, really.
Nick Mason defined Christmas best when he calls it the guaranteed fourth quarter profit guarantee. Like,
yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. It's a capitalist holiday, really. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
And I don't care. Yeah. I like it.
No, it's nice. I like it. Capitalism popped off with that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Lawrence loved the Sonic Riz when the Doctor turned his nerdy glasses into shades. Can't wait to hear you scream about it. By the way, the ego of 10 when he's talking on the phone, listening to all of Unit fangirling over him. He was acting so humble at first, but then he gave up. Also, he was mocking poor Malcolm for creating his own scale and name it after himself. Well, all right, Mr. Time Lord Victorious. I'm the Doctor and you're in the biggest library in the universe. Look me up. The Doctor one and only. Like you wouldn't. Very good.
I mean, it's true.
Is very true. As a linguistic student, I love every language shenanigans and this fuck of a language. I just love it. Also, the Doctor is a shitty translator. He wouldn't live a day at my uni. What I learned from the show is that everything can be repaired with a kick, as the Doctor kicks the TARDIS, but also in this episode, the Fly's ship. He does that, actually, doesn't he? He does that a lot. Yeah. I guess that's why he also kicks every companion out of the TARDIS in the hope that this would fix what he destroyed. Ooh. There we go.
Jesus.
You look human, you look Time Lord is one of my favourite lines from the series, and I'm glad Russell gave me that. However, he spent so much time inventing the aliens and the swarm, he got bored with explaining how the bus will drive on the alien technology. It flew, and that's what matters, of course. If it wasn't that Doctor Who magic, if that wasn't the Doctor Who magic, I don't know what is. Yeah, fair enough. Funny thing is, I can't think of a weirdo from this episode. It should be a woman hearing voices, but hey, everyone does sometimes. However, she was constantly bringing the vibe down. She was, really. I considered Malcolm, but he was just a good lad. I mean, which one of us wouldn't hug David Tennant and say, I love you? We're all here discussing Docky Who. We shouldn't judge him. So I'll go and pick the captain from Unit for hating the Doctor so much. She wanted to kill Malcolm, so he traps him on that planet. What's more, if she shot Malcolm, who would close the wormhole? What was she getting from it? That's true.
It's very true, yeah.
Anyway, the episode was all right. It brought a smile to my face and was a great treat after the last one, which wasn't so good. Excited for next week, as The Waters of Mars is one of my favourites. Cheers, lads. Pat. A lot of people saying Waters of Mars is their favourite. That's interesting.
Waters of Mars is very highly regarded.
Well, we'll see.
We will see.
I've not revealed my thoughts on it, and I won't until the episode itself.
I think you have, because I know your feelings on End of Time Part 1 and 2.
Yeah, you do. Okay. But we'll see, okay? Billy Who still got thoughts on Planet of the Dead. Hello, Nathan and Lawrence.
Hello.
Well, we really are starved. Shut up, Lawrence. Well, we really are starved for great episodes these last 2 weeks, but nevertheless, there are science-adjacent concepts that can be overly dissected in this episode, just like always. I know you might be expecting me to talk about the wormhole, but I tried and it just doesn't make sense, no matter how you slice it. So instead, I'll tackle one of Lawrence's burning questions since the start of the podcast. How did the sonic screwdriver do the thing it did in this episode? In this episode, we see the Doctor use the sonic to turn his normal glasses into sunglasses. A version of this kind of technology actually already exists on Earth in the form of photochromic lenses, or transition lenses, that turn from clear to tinted when exposed to UV light. The way this works is actually interesting, Lawrence. On the glass, there is a layer of a silver compound, usually silver chloride, which is clear. Then, when it is exposed to UV light, the energy from the light is enough to shake the electrons off from the normal lens, and it attaches to the compound, turning it into a mix of silver and negatively charged chloride. The silver part of which is opaque, turning the glasses dark. Then you re-enter a dark era. The process happens in reverse, with the silver shedding electrons and reforming with the chloride. Presumably, the Doctor has a different chemical compound that can make the transitions more permanent and reacts to a frequency emitted by the sonic, although the emitted sound would still have to be on the very high frequency end of the wave spectrum in order to shake loose electrons from the normal glass. This is probably also why he has to do it so far away from the Lady Christina, an effort to spare her from the sound waves coming off the sonic, and definitely not a way to exchange props off screen. As always, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, as I am, after all, just some idiot. Keep up the great work. Love the pod. Thank you, Billy, as always, for that very scientific and in-depth explanation. Lawrence, your thoughts?
Look, as always, my thoughts can mostly be summed up with Russell just went, the sonic can do that. But I do respect trying to find some realism into it. I like the idea that he would have had to have moved the sonic further away to spare everyone the pain of the sonic blast.
Yeah.
But, you know, I can think of, off the top of my head, many occasions where that wouldn't be feasible. I don't know. Look, as always, thank you, I guess, for the science.
Thank you, I guess.
Look, I guess it's answered one of my questions, but, like, the Sonic can do a billion things.
Lawrence, do not give Billy any more questions. Okay? Yeah. I will be reading scientific answers until the end of time as it is, all right?
Oh, so only 2 more weeks.
Lawrence, shut up. Okay. This is from Bryn M. Lawrence told me to send you a book, so I've attached my favourite Doggy Ooh book. It's based off the missing 1964 episode, and it's real fun reads. 10 out of 10, would recommend. Love, Bryn M. Kiss, kiss, kiss. And then there's a genuine PDF attachment of Doctor Who and the Empire of Glass. But you see, attaching a PDF is where you fucked up.
Everyone listen.
I am not obligated to read out attachments, okay?
No, this has to be copied into the body of the email, all right?
Yeah, well, it wasn't.
No!
So, I am under no obligation to read out PDFs, although I might, because I do enjoy a good book. I won't do it on the podcast, but just in my own time.
You're not reading a PDF book, though.
I'll read a PDF book. I'll put this on my iPad, and then I'll have a read of it.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, so there we go. Doctor Who and the Empire of Glass. A missing 1964 episode. Check that out. Thank you very much. That was the subject line was story time with Nathan, please.
This is backfired so much on me. Nathan's just got a good
denied.
book rec.
And also, you can't send me that doesn't hold up anymore. That thing.
That's not true.
No, it does. Yeah, no.
It still holds as much weight.
No. It doesn't hold any weight. No, because. Well, first of all, the Twitter banner is just a picture of fucking Pavement Girl from Moaning Myrtle, but a pavement from fucking
the
Love
real
and
title,
Monsters.
please, Nathan.
Pavement Nonce.
Thank you.
But it's not Pavement Nonce is Elton, though.
Yeah, but he's holding her.
Okay, great. Anyway.
You can see that sinful hand.
Lawrence, shut up. Tom Monty still got nails. Dear Nathan and Lawrence, in my opinion, Planet of the Dead is a fun old romp that gets shit on way too much by the Whovian community. I'm with you there. Lawrence, stop yawning, it's rude. It's like midnight. The flying... it's not, it's 23:44.
It's almost midnight.
And also, I suggested doing this recording earlier, okay? So don't, right? I like flying. I like the flying stingrays. What did you think of the "he will knock 4 times" prophecy at the end? Do you think this means a certain Scissor Sister singing former Prime Minister could be returning soon? What do you think this means for the Doctor? His song is ending. What could that mean? Love, Tom Monty. P.S. Really looking forward to the promised 6-hour fuck's sake Waters of Mars extravaganza next week. Will be really nice to have 6 hours of pure, unadulterated Nathan and Lawrence fun times, nattering on about one of my favourite episodes of all time. PSS, I'm not really expecting it to be 6 hours long, but 4 hours would be nice, at least. PSSS, if it's not at least 4 hours, similar to the 10th Doctor, Tom Monty's song will be ending soon.
Oh, for God's sake.
Can everyone please stop threatening to kill themselves?
All right, look, I can respect a compromise, okay?
All right, I do appreciate the 4-hour compromise.
I do too. I still don't like being partially held responsible for people killing themselves.
Yeah, me neither. This is an email. Sorry, go on.
With regards to a certain Prime Minister that may be returning.
Oh, yes.
All I will say is that it may very well be dinner time.
It may be dinner time. That's a reference. That hasn't happened yet. Like, no one will know what I mean.
Yeah, no, but it's a little sizzle.
Well, they will, because everyone knows.
They fucking know it, yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway, this is the last email, and it's the one that came through as the podcast started. So here we go.
There we go.
This is from David with the Talking Pictures podcast.
Oh, and Brian.
So just in time. Brian, well, it's just David, I think. Good evening, gents. Have to say, this episode for me is a real stinker. Oh, boy. Anytime I do a rewatch, this one, it's almost... anytime I do a rewatch, it's one I almost always skip. I don't know why exactly. I just don't think anything about it is good. Could take it out of 10's run and wouldn't make any bit of difference.
Yeah.
Prophecy, I think.
Yeah, but you stick that on any character
but
at the end of any episode.
But that's not what he said. You take it out and it wouldn't make a bit of difference. So
fine.
You didn't have this caveat of putting just the important stuff in another episode, because then
the one important sentence, Nathan.
Yeah, but still, it's an important bit, isn't it?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm right, you're wrong. Anyway, I feel like Russell was just told he needed to reach a minimum number of episodes that year, and this is the result. I mean, he was, but yeah. The Catwoman character is... Will you stop yawning? Every time I look over at you, you're just fucking screaming like a hippopotamus.
It's just bad timing.
You just got your mouth wide open, just stretching it like a fucking hippo.
I'm screaming, but Zoom is cutting me out, so you can't hear.
Okay, great.
That's what's happening.
The Catwoman character is supposed to be like an equal / contrast to the Doctor by going about things in a different way, but yet is dumb enough to pull off her mask in the middle of a heist. What? I said this. And then thinks that the best way to escape the police is on a bus. Really surprised she made it this far in her thieving career. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
That is very fair,
I actually really dislike this version of UNIT, and I'm glad when we meet them again down the line, it's under a new rule, and we'll feel a bit more cohesive Doctor to Doctor. Yeah, that's true. Like I said, this is the last of the sort of militarized era of UNIT. So
no more grunts.
Yeah. No more grunts. Well, there'll be a few grunts, but...
Yeah, but they're cool grunts.
Shut up. I never at all understood the older lady being a sidekick for some reason. If it's just a way to provide the ominous warning to the Doctor of something returning, surely that could have been delivered another way, like through the Ood at the end of next week's episode. I don't know why, don't ask me to explain, but the whole episode gives off the vibes of this scene from Extras, of what people who don't watch Doctor Who think Doctor Who is. Let's have a look. I just realised this doesn't show up on the recording, so this is just us. So this is just us sitting in silence for a minute. We was watching the clip and listening to it. David Tennant's actually in this as the Doctor. That's quite fun. But yeah, there we go. Anyway. Back to the email. If I had to say something nice about the episode, I like the scene where the Doctor has everyone say where the bus was taking them, reminds everyone of where they were going is important. That was a nice moment, and also Lee Evans' performance was great. I love a real stand-in for the audience who would just be in awe of the Doctor after hearing so many stories. Lawrence, I'm glad you finally got a chance to prove Nathan wrong by listening to Brian and I. You're right, he doesn't watch Doctor Who. However, I have introduced him to another happy pod and have enjoyed sharing your embarrassment brought on by both Nathan and yourself. He wanted me to pass on a thank you for your compliments on his Irish accent and is glad you both got a chance to hear his waffle on each week now that we both listen to the pair of you two doing it. Furiosa, all in caps. That's nice. I did think of a question, despite my lack of interest in the episode as a whole. Why do you think it was necessary for Ten to kiss all of his female companions / almost companions throughout his run? I think this is the most egregious case of it. Put this episode to bed. Best, David. Talking Pictures Podcast. # justice for Martha.
Look, it was the era.
Yeah, it is. It's just the hot people got a kiss.
Yeah, that's just the way it is.
It's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
And this is the Doctor Who, well, the Doctor has to kiss everyone era sort of thing, which does die. And I'm glad that era does die. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a very vain thing, so.
We still have one example left to come of the Doctor always has to kiss a companion. And in my opinion, the fucking worst one. Horrible scene. Truly horrible scene.
Oh, God, I thought you meant in this era. Yeah. Oh, God,
Yeah, horrible scene.
One of the only times a writer has come out from Doctor Who and been like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, exactly. He has said many times, like, yeah, that was the biggest mistake I ever made in Doctor Who. And at least he can recognise it.
Yeah.
Yes, so there we go. It's just, it's the era. Everyone's got a kiss. Everyone's hot and they all got to make out.
Yep.
So.
And look, who are we to stop them?
Well, me.
Yeah, and me.
No,
this is the kiss police.
No, you wanted to keep making out.
Oh, yeah, my mistake.
You love it. Hello, everyone. It's Nathan from the future here. I'm just editing the podcast currently, and I have noticed that, unfortunately, we missed an email. Absolutely tragic. It was sent in like a couple of days earlier, which is why I missed it earlier than I think it was sent in before we even recorded the next Doctor episode, which is possibly why it was missed. So I'm gonna phone Lawrence. He has no idea I'm about to call him, and we'll read this out. So here we go. He might not answer. He probably won't, if I'm being honest. Oh, he did answer. Hello, Lawrence. It's me, Nathan James Bauer, your good friend and confidant. As you can see, I am recording because you are currently live on the Still Got Legs podcast. How are you?
Oh, is this when we're doing it?
Yeah, we're doing it now. Okay.
Okay.
So I just need to let you know. Well, you know, but we missed out an email.
Get to the emails.
Okay, so I'll just quickly go through this now. This is from Joshua Johnson. And he starts off with stinker, foul, waste of a special saved by Lee Evans' criminally underused character. Nothing special about this special. No major character developments for the Doctor apart from the prophecy, but they didn't need an entire episode for that. It's just a story and a Russell flop at that. Christina had no riz. No matter how hard Russell tried, and her performance pissed both me off and my partner off because she tried too hard. Pick me energy throughout. So far, this is a glowing endorsement of the episode.
Yeah, Christina. Yes, it is pick me energy. I think I was saying earlier in the episode that it comes across as like snobby and a bit too try hard. But yeah, pick me is perfect. That's very accurate.
You might like this because I think you said something similar, or you called them similar, but he goes on to say the giant metal sperms were okay, I guess. You did call them sperms, so well, they're not, but okay. The Tritovores looked amazing, so points given there. The episode was shot dead for me as soon as the bus flew. I love me some Doctor Who cheese, but Jesus Christ. Trying to prove to my partner that Doctor Who is an incredible show was rough going in this episode. Not much else to say other than I understand why I never rewatched this one. Forgetful and pointless. I would have been livid in 2009 if I had waited for this. My weirdo is Malcolm. I was going to pick the police officer who was after Christina for how happy he was to put her in handcuffs. Man's got no life outside the job, but I wanted to end this on a positive note. And in true weirdo of the week, Spirit is out of love and celebration. He was the only saving grace about the episode, but for me, he's a weird little Welsh nerd in a van. Keep up the good work, lads. Joshua. So there we go.
I respect the bravery of trying to get this to be someone's starting point for the show.
Yeah.
Of all of the bangers, of all of the one-off bangers that need no context, you're like, I know, Planet of the Dead, the episode that's only really good for the prophecy.
Yeah.
Won't mean anything to first-time viewers.
Yeah. I had fun with it. I think it's good fun. But
like I said it at the beginning of the episode, right? It's just a big fat cup of fire. It's completely inoffensive, but completely ununique, I think.
You may just be touching on points we've already said numerous times at this point, because
I'm in the middle of washing up. It's me.
I know, but we needed to get this done. We need to finish the podcast, and it's now finished officially. Anyway, thank you very much. I love you. Happy birthday for yesterday. Everyone wish him happy birthday.
This is such a fucking weird bit.
It's not a bit, it's real.
Oh, no, yeah, all right, sorry. I can't wait to carry on talking to you guys in better quality in a minute.
Great, cool stuff. All right, bye, Lawrence.
Bye, Nathan.
All right, that was it. Back to Nathan from the past, I guess. Anyway, Vanny's still got thoughts for this week. That was about an hour.
Fuck you now.
So, there we go. That's what everyone had to say this week.
Fuck me. Oh, dear Lord.
I mean, we wonder why these episodes keep getting longer. And I think we found out.
I mean, it's like half and half at this point, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Two halves of the show.
Oh, my sweet Jesus. Right. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you very, very much for listening.
You are so fucking tired now.
I'm a little bit... Let me pull up my intro. I was going to try and do it off the dome, but I'm not going to be that brave.
Yeah, don't do that. You can't even read it off the thing most of the time.
It's very true. Thank you very much for listening. If you've enjoyed the show, then you can leave us a little review. We've put the reviews to bed. We're no longer reading out reviews unless they're really funny.
We might.
Have we got any especially funny ones?
No, I already checked. There's no more this week.
Well, then there we go. When we shan't be reading any out, but you can still leave us one on your podcast platform of choice. Apple would be appreciated because you can leave a little comment, which would be nice to read.
You do it on Spotify as well, apparently.
Oh, yeah. There's like some thing that's coming out on Spotify that you can... How was this episode for you? Or something at the bottom of the episode page.
I know, I don't use it.
No. I used to, but now I don't. You can also give us a little follow on Twitter. We are at Still Got Legs Pod. That is where you'll see Nathan putting out his little prompts for Still Got Thoughts. You can also email in your thoughts to the email stillgotlegspodcast@gmail.com. Nathan, we have another podcast, don't we?
We do. It's called Another Happy Pod, which David and Brian listen to. If you want to be like those beautiful Irish boys. And a few other lovely people do as well. It's our pop culture podcast where every week we discuss something in that realm, whether it be a movie, a TV show, a video game. I'll be honest, it's mostly movies, just because it's easier just to watch a movie.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, but we do sometimes delve into the other stuff. And this week we watched a beautiful movie about some beautiful gay boys.
Yeah, we did, yeah. And I'll tell you what, we'll leave you to figure out which one it was.
Star Wars.
It wasn't.
I know. It's Stand By Me.
No, Nathan.
No, I'm keeping it. So yeah, go check that out if you want to. I'm not your dad.
That's true.
But I could be.
He's not your dad, but I am. And as your dad, I'm going to say again, thank you very much for listening. We will see you next week when we travel through time and space together again.
Goodbye.
Bye.